Hey guys, I didn't know so many people were on early. I decided to start a little bit early because some of you are already in here. How are you all doing? Hey Maker, hey Gary, hey Dan, what's on Non-Fam, Lama, hey Justin. Here, let me get the link and I'm gonna share the link. So if any of you want to join the conversation, let me do V. There you go. You can click on the link when you come in to join the conversation. As always, that's our standard hangout where we just talk and hey Tripod, how are you? Wow. First stream with so many people on early. That was nice. So if you want to come in and join the conversation, please click on that link. Everyone's welcome to come in and join the conversation. If you we'll talk about stuff as we always do. I'm going to be setting up another stream for tomorrow because I got my Guido X40 was delivered, so I'm going to do an unboxing of that tomorrow evening. It might be a bit early for some. I'm going to start around 6:30 or so tomorrow evening, Eastern time. So any of you in the Central or Eastern side, it might be a bit late, or a bit early for you. But that's another IDEX printer, so that'll be my second IDEX that we're going to do an unboxing of. But click on the link, guys, if you want to come and join the conversation. Let's go through all of these and quickly post a few. Okay, so we have Non-Fam saying hi. Baker Viking saying hi. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, what's going on?
No funny voice this week.
Oh, how you doing today?
I'm good. If it was any better, I'd be twins, and the world can't deal with that. So one of me is enough.
Change your layout to rectangular.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look better. There you go.
Yeah. Let's see. We have Justin. Hey, Justin.
What's going on, Justin?
He's busy. He's
working on getting the mic set up there. Yeah, I was working on a video, and I realized I wanted to add some footage, and I've already uploaded it, but it's still set to private, so I'm going to re-edit my footage and re-upload it. So anyway,
let's go through all of these that were there when I joined. Everyone joined early. Hello again, Justin. It's very, very low.
All right.
I see you have a UV light. Jerry.
Yeah. G-Tech. I got this from G-Tech.
Mic check.
And works really good. It's a good portable light.
Yeah.
I got a UV flashlight I use for curing small things or parts that I can't get to. Hey, Llama, how you doing?
Just peachy.
How's the audio now? Any better?
Much better.
Okay.
Well, how's your Voron build going?
It's done.
It's done.
Yep. Finished
Why
it
not printing yet?
Because there's a few more calibration things I've got to do, and we'll get there.
Yeah. So sorry, Jerry. Go back to what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm a chatterbox.
So
yeah.
What you should do is, with that light, if you're going to use that for a curing station, you should actually get a cardboard box and line it with aluminum foil, the shiny side of it outwards into the box, and then when you're curing parts, if you can, put them in water, and then use the UV light above it, because in water, the water bends the light around, refracts the light, and it gets into the areas that you normally won't get, that are hard to with just general one direction light. So it helps curing.
Yeah, I've never tried in water.
Yeah, a lot of people say curing in water actually really helps. It cures more evenly.
I thought water blocked UV light to some extent.
It doesn't. No, not 405 nanometer. It doesn't. It actually scatters it, and by scattering it, it actually will refract it and bend it as well.
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
Here, Jerry, let me bring you up so you can show your model that you're working on.
No, this is just the one I showed off the other day. As an example, when I glue a model together, if it's still a little bit tacky, I've got a choice. I can take it outside in the sun and let it finish curing it so it's not tacky, or I can put this in my tall chamber, which isn't tall enough. I got to open the lid on the trash can up. It's got lights going all the way around it, Then I can take a light like this, mount it up taut, I'm going to rotate, and I can finish curing if I can't take it outside. So, yeah, there's a lot of uses for this little light. They're like $23, $24. It's made out of steel. There's glass front, 6-foot cord switch. I got a video coming out on it later tonight. I've done a video on it. I'll get it posted. So it's sitting there. It's set to private. So I'm waiting to get reimbursed by G-Tech because whenever I review a product, I have to be reimbursed before I usually get it in the mail. But they're kind of slow this time. It's taking them a couple days. So once I get reimbursed, then I'll post it.
Well, you will see. You also have to remember they're getting ready to go on vacation, starting on
tomorrow.
Yeah, they're off for.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, the 4th.
Yeah, they're off until the 17th.
Yeah, they were the ones that told me when I ordered it that as soon as you get it or it's on the way, we'll get you paid. And I'm still waiting. So once I get paid, then I'll publish the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're off for 2 weeks.
All of the Chinese companies are off now. Yeah, for 2 weeks. So, I'm hoping I have some stuff that I'm waiting for them to ship out. Some other companies to ship out to me. I'm hoping they ship it tomorrow because if not, it'll be the end of the month before they pack it up.
So I thought PETG didn't work.
It doesn't if it's dry and it's not in a heated environment.
It's not in a heated environment. It is dry, or it's printing fair. Well, it might be a little wet, but it lifted the mag plate right up off the frickin' bed.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I think China needs to do away with their 2 weeks off. There's too many people in America that need products. They need to not. We want a couple days. That's fine. But I don't want to hear none of this 2 weeks.
They can have Christmas and New Year's, but they can't.
Yeah.
G-Tech are not getting, as far as I know, G-Tech are only getting 5 days. Normally it's required for 2 weeks, but I think G-Tech are saying they're only going to do 5 days. So you might only have a week with them.
I thought Winnie the Pooh Day was only 1 day over there. They're doing a Winnie Pooh Day for 2 weeks.
Say that again?
They're celebrating Winnie the Pooh Day for 2 weeks instead of 1 day.
Winnie the Pooh Day?
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh Day?
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh that's banned in China. The emperor banned anything to do with Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
No.
The prince, whatever his name is, their commander, leader dude, someone made a joke that he looks like Winnie the Pooh, and he got all upset, so he banned Winnie the Pooh in China.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that one.
Well, welcome to a, democracy.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Dictatorship, baby.
So you're making videos right now, so Yuri.
What's that?
You have a few videos to make.
Yeah, I got lots of stuff going on. My Sonic Mighty 4K by Frozen that I've been printing when I originally had a lot of problems with it, and then it seems like the printer got better, and magically the prints are coming out great. I done 2 burnings; they came out perfect. I done the chairs, and then I went to reprint another burning for a friend of mine, and both his feet are missing. It's like, what the hell? It's been printing perfect. So then I resliced the file, I checked it in Cheetah Box, and I reprinted it again, and then one foot's missing. It's just killing me. I was getting ready to do
I know why that is. That's because Bernie's got 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, it was printing great, and then all of a sudden it's not. So,
yeah, it's funny. I haven't printed a Bernie. I have no intention of printing a Bernie. But it's funny that people have images of Bernie out there with his gloves on.
Yeah.
I like the cartoon one they did. I almost want to print that one.
That's funny.
Chelsea and what's his name did.
Yeah. I have, as I said, I'm going to do a live unboxing tomorrow night.
Cool.
Of the Guido X40, which is remember you saw them, they were on my stream last Thursday. Guido were, and they were showing the IDEX printer. Yeah, I have one of those. It arrived today.
You, Justin. I can't hear nothing but him shuffling in his drawer.
Honey Badger's on at 5:00 Friday, 5:00 Pacific.
Thank you.
And they're having a giveaway. They got like 1,000 subs. They're doing a bunch of giveaways.
Oh, nice.
They're on at 5:00, and then I'm on at 6:00, and I've got the real Sam Prentice. I want to make sure I said his name in the right order.
Sam, yeah.
It's on at 6, and I'm having some giveaways from Ziltech and from Ethan Makes. I'm having a few giveaways, and there's going to be a surprise happening during the stream that I'm not going to talk about. He didn't want me to mention it, so something's going to happen during the stream that's going to be pretty cool. So, anyway, that's on at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I've chatted with Sam before. He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I just
Even
joined
if
their
you-
Facebook group. I hadn't been a member of their Facebook group. I'm a member of a lot of groups, but as you know, you can only bookmark, what is it, like 10 on the side of Facebook? So all the other groups, I can't even remember half of them that I've joined.
Yeah, and they don't even let you like choose the ones you want either. It's just
Yeah, I tried to. I went in
it
and
used
tried
to be
delete them,
halfway decent.
and then I wanted to add more. It says, no, you still have 10. No, I don't have 10. And I can't. Yeah, it sucks. The new Facebook sucks.
But
It's like when I would upload posts, I'd put multiple pictures on a post in Facebook, and I'd drag them around with my mouse to what order I wanted them in. Now you can't do that. You have to upload them in the right order. So.
Yeah, and even then it screws them up. I don't know. Facebook is going downhill.
And then Twitter, you can't make a long post. I tried to repost for this filament company on Twitter, and the links in the post was too long, so I just deleted the whole damn thing. I couldn't leave enough information in the one post with pictures.
Well, what you can do there is if there's a link to it to post elsewhere, you can actually do an abbreviated version and link to the post so people can post it in your Facebook, and then do an abbreviated version and then put a URL to your Facebook. That way, then you can actually redirect them to see more. You can do it like a see more and actually embed the link in where it says see more, and they click on that, and it brings them onto your Facebook.
Yeah, and if they're not a member, then they have to join and then click on it, and hopefully it'll go straight.
Yeah, that's if you have that problem. Yeah. But there's no easy way around it.
Yeah, today it was like almost 70 degrees out in front. There was a little breeze, nice and sunny, great day. I hear it's going to start getting colder, but I feel sorry for all the people with all the snow because you could wear shorts outside here today.
Yeah, go screw.
34 degrees today. I don't think it's tonight's going to be cold. Like this morning was 16 degrees, but we have snow coming in probably at some point tomorrow, and expecting some heavyish snow between Thursday night and Friday morning, in through Friday.
USPS is still broke. It's pissing me off. It's been broke since before Christmas. You can't get nothing shipped. I ordered a little tiny bracket for a BL Touch for my CR10 Max from Tiny Machines. First, I ordered the whole carriage, and it came like a week and a half later, but it has a BL Touch mount on it, or it has a ABL mount on it, and this printer is set up for a BL Touch. And I've never had a BL Touch before, so I'm leaving it stock and putting it back on it. So I ordered a little tiny bracket. I called up Tiny Machines. They said $350 plus shipping, no problem. They shipped it out 2 Mondays ago, and I still haven't got it.
Why don't you just 3D print one?
I don't want to. I want to keep it all stock, original metal red bracket. I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep it all stock up and printing, and then at some point I might modify this and that. My wife said the same thing. Just print a bracket. No, I want the original little tiny metal bracket.
Yeah.
So
the only printer I have that has a BL Touch is my Ender 5 Plus, because the Touch is its Z stop, right? Because it's a bed dropper. So the bed comes up and actually that it hits the touch, and that's where it knows its offset is for Z, right? And
I'll be back in a minute.
The Guido has the one that I'm working on tomorrow. Okay, hey Justin. The one I'm working on, I'm going to be doing the unboxing of tomorrow evening is it's an IDEX with a BL Touch, but the difference is this is a Bowden style IDEX. It's got Bowden tubes, if you remember from the stream last week. Whereas the other one, the JG Maker RSD, is a direct drive IDEX. So there's slight differences in them, but so that should be a good one. That'll be a long stream tomorrow night now. So I'm thinking about starting at about 6 or 6:30 tomorrow evening. I saw your Wally. I like that.
Yeah, Chaos Cortec designed this. It's off of Bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Got great detail, really nice. It doesn't work, obviously. I want to build one that does, but yeah, it looks really cool. And I was trying out this filament from this company, and it's PLA plus. I thought it was regular PLA, and no matter what I did, the prints before this and this print, I couldn't get nothing to adhere to the bed. It started to adhere, and halfway through the first layer, it's ripping itself up and making a mess. So I finally broke out the nanopolymer, wiped the bed, boom, fine, no problem printing it. And then I realized it's PLA plus, and I should have cranked the temp up on it, which might have solved that problem. But yeah, it came out great. Great detail.
Yeah, I don't think pink is one of my favorite colors, but the detail is quite good though.
Well, it's going to get primed and painted. I just tried the pink because it's just for the hell of it. I don't care for pink myself. I'm not a pink kind of guy. So
Yeah. Well, no, the quality of the print was looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Wally. I love the movie.
Yeah, Matt German was asking if I knew where there's a link where he could possibly print one mechanically and make it work, and I found a link, so I sent him the link to it, where it'd be expensive, but you can have tracks on it, and it'll work. Its arms moves. It can grab stuff, by remote control. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, you'd put servos and a Raspberry Pi
Yeah,
into it?
Yeah,
That's
however you do
Sam
it.
Prentice does now. He does, but he likes to do droids.
Yeah.
But he'd probably do a Wally. That's right up his alley,
I'm pretty sure he has a Wally, yeah.
I haven't seen the Wally one.
Some of his stuff has been
one.
in some of his stuff. I don't know if it was R2D2s or which droids. They've been in 2 different Star Wars movies. He's been on the red and the blue carpet for those movies. His stuff was actually used in the movies.
Yeah, I never use PLA Plus because I'm not a big. For me, PLA is just. I use it for prototyping and I use it for testing. Because I use it for testing because most people use PLA. I generally if it's something I want to use, I generally don't use PLA for anything. PLA.
Hello, sir. Yeah. Old curmudgeon.
Hey, HVAC, how are you? Yeah, the PLA Plus was actually invented for annealing. That's what it's designed for.
PLA Plus is not annealable.
It is.
HT PLA is annealable.
No, PLA Plus can be annealed as well.
Okay, PLA Plus means nothing. It just means they added chemicals.
Yeah.
It is not 870 or 850 resin necessarily.
It
can be. PLA Plus means nothing. Every brand is different.
I've annealed it.
HT PLA is 850 or 870 resin, not 600.
Okay, I'm just saying
That's
I have annealed it
different.
successfully.
Some PLA Pluses will have 850 or 870 resin in them and allow you to anneal them. You can anneal whatever it is. I think it's 670 is your standard PLA, but it usually doesn't work well. If you're going to anneal it, you want an HT PLA, high temperature PLA.
And you get about maybe 3% shrinkage as well when you do it.
That depends on the brand.
It does, yeah, but on average, you get some shrinkage. About 3 to 5% is about average.
You get less shrinkage with 870 than you do with 850.
I know they're going to get it figured out, but I was so sad that rocket was about this and it couldn't spin around and land.
Yeah, well, the second engine failed to kick in.
On camera, you don't know how high off the ground it was when it's right here. So I'm thinking, okay, it's going to come around. It's going to be perfect this time.
No.
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah, the second engine. You normally use 2 engines to fire up to flip her, and they get it to come down to slow it down. And the second engine did not ignite.
Why don't they do it much higher, like in the movies when you go to Mars and science fiction movies? They're way up when they come down and line up. Just why get so close and bam that quick?
The amount of fuel,
takes less rocket fuel, basically.
The amount of fuel you're going to waste doing that.
Yeah,
because you have to slow it down and you have to maintain it for so much longer.
Yeah,
that's why they fire it just before. Yeah.
Yep.
So
and
maybe
they'll get there. They'll get there. It looked really cool.
They were
landed at 45 degrees. Came in at 45 degrees and smack. Went everywhere.
Damn shame.
They'll get there. Give them another 1 or 2 iterations.
What they got to do is like you said, sort of, is get it straight earlier, but let it drop faster, and then just before it hits the ground, that's when you kick in the the slowdown.
Well, see, you must also remember it also has vertical motion.
Yeah,
it's not only doing this or horizontal motion, so it's coming in at an angle, right? If it was coming straight down, that's one thing, but it's not. It's coming in, so they need to counteract. Then bring her down that's what they have to try and do. And you said there, Old Curmudgeon said it looked like it ate itself. What actually was there wasn't enough fuel going to the engine, and they believed there might have been an airlock in the fuel line. And if there was an air pocket in the fuel line that actually would stop it from flowing, that's why there wasn't enough fuel going to the engine. So that's why engine 2 did not ignite.
Yeah, they're having problems with them engines, it seems.
Well, they're a brand new design, right?
Yeah.
They're still, and these are iterations. That's how they develop. They design, they test, they test to failure, and then they design again, and then they do the same until they get to the point where it's somewhat stable, and then they push it again.
That the other one looks like it's going to take off this weekend if everything clears.
I don't think they're going to get the approval because this one blew up as well.
Yeah, but that
They might be waiting another week or so. Llama, the Rocket Man.
You should change your name to Ike at AstroPrinter.
Ike?
Ike, I know everything. Figured I'd try to make you laugh.
That's good. I like that.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I have a saying about that. I say people who go around thinking they know everything, it's really annoying to those of us who do. No, yeah, but no, I was watching the SpaceX close up, and you could see engine 2 started and spluttered, and then started spewing out fuel, and that's made the second engine flame up even more. Because when the first engine fired, you got proper engine thrust cones underneath it, right? You see it in the flame coming out; it's clean cones, and then the second one couldn't get there. So something blocked the fuel line coming into it. And they were saying they believe it might have been an airlock got caught up and got into the fuel line and stopped the injection.
Yep. Heat creep, man. You got some heat creep.
Yeah, so it's. I think that's what's. They'll get it right. They just need to put a bleed system in there to make sure that nothing like that goes into it or it gets into the engine.
I can't believe that thing is still pulling the bed up.
The PTG?
Yeah. Like bad. It's like the nose of it is quarter, 3/8 of an inch off the bed, if not more.
Yeah, come on, it's the Mac diamonds is what I was referring to. If I said Mac diamonds, not everybody understands what I mean by that. So you'll actually see as it burns in stages. You could see actually multiple little bubbles of flame, and where they join, they call it Mac diamonds. So yeah, but that's a lot of lift you're seeing there.
Yeah, Tom, I ordered those idlers from Printed Solid. I'll get them whenever they get here. I did not order the Gates belts because I went grocery shopping, and me and my wife spent way too much money this month. So I'll have to wait on the belts.
Guys, I have a question for you.
Sure.
What do you think of multifunctional printers? Ones that does CNC, laser, and 3D printing all in one box.
If you don't have the space for multiple things and you live in a shoebox, a multi-printer might be good for you. I'd rather own separate machines.
Okay. What about anybody else out there? What do you think, Llama? Oh, you're on mute.
Because I don't think there's any one machine that's really super good at everything. There's certain machines that are better than others for this. So it's best to have multiple machines.
iPad Llama is joining because he wants to share his screen. So 1 second, Llama. Let me move you up because I know you want to share what's going on your screen.
Oh, I gotta change
That's
the camera.
too close. I don't want to see that face. Turn it around.
Can you see how much that's pulled up?
No, up higher. You're too low. Up. There you go. Oh, yeah. Tilt the camera
it's a
upward.
big piece, but
Tilt the
not
camera.
that
There you go.
big.
That's a lot.
Yeah, especially for PETG, it's not supposed to work.
See, I print on glass. That never happens.
Yeah, I haven't printed on glass in years.
I prefer mirror over glass if I have to use either one.
Let me go back to this. And I'm going to take out your iPad. No, I prefer, glass, there's not the lift on glass, so that won't happen. Let's see here.
As to the multi-machines, I think they're a cool idea, a total waste of time.
Yeah, well,
they're not going to do any one thing good.
They kind of dabble in this and dabble in that.
Yeah.
Tinkering around.
well, yeah.
They're usually
Like if you want someone like to do multiple things at home, like I have to admit, I'm not I don't like. if I want to do CNC, I'll get a CNC machine, right? If I want to do laser, I'll use my laser. But and yeah, it's not what people who are big into making would buy, as you said, Viking. But there is a market out there for people who want to do multiple things, to play around and explore.
Yeah.
If it was like that $45,000 printer that Joe Telling is tinkering with in his garage, that worked better than that one does, and had all these other attachments to do everything good, then it might be worth it. But for the hobbyist version of anything that's reasonable, it's just, it dabbles in different things. It's not that great.
You're saying most are too small. Okay, Tripod, you said most are too small. There's a new one that went live today on Kickstarter. A brand new one. And it's a company, I've only recently heard about them, and they're called E-Cube Maker. They've done one of these before. They called it the Toy DIY, which was a single arm, like the Prusa Mini was a single arm, type of printer. But they've recently come out with a new one, which is a larger build area. And it's a 350 by 300 by 350, I think it is.
And for a CNC.
I know, but like if you like, but the 3018s is not that much bigger.
Huh. Here's the thing: you can do laser with a 3D printer. You can do laser with a CNC.
Yes.
You can't do 3D printing with a CNC. Not that you can't, but CNC makes way too much of a mess, for one. It's just obnoxiously messy. And it takes a way beefier structure than is needed for anything else. Where it's just, I could see the laser attachment. That's kind of cool. I could see the pen plotting attachment. That's kind of cool. CNC needs to be on its own. Not that you can't do it, because you can. People do it. But it's just not, it's not practical. It's kind of stupid.
What was that vacuum cleaner years ago that cut hair and done this and done that in the dishes? 30 years ago?
It was an attachment that went on the vacuum cleaner and cut your hair.
Yeah,
I remember.
You can vacuum the floor. You can clean out the litter box. You can cut your hair, and it'll do the dishes for only $19.99.
Yeah, no, they're about $140 now. They still make them.
Well, I don't know what they cost. Flowbee.
The Flowbee, yeah. I don't remember. I remember it, but for someone who's living in a small apartment or whatever and doesn't have the space,
you're not going to you're going to make a mess.
The most expensive one of them out there is a snap maker, right?
Yeah,
that's an all-in-one machine. And
see, here's the thing, though, with the CNC, you're making a mess. So if you're in a small area, you're not going to want the CNC because it's going to make a mess. And the same thing he was saying about the lasers. With a laser, you need to vent it because it makes smoke. So it's just, not that you can't, because they do, but it's just impractical to mix the three of them.
I agree with you, Greg. It should be at least protected in some way, shielded, right?
Yeah.
A dyed laser is only dyed laser are only surface burning. That's all they're good for, right? Yeah. Marking and surface burning. A fiberglass laser I agree. But if you want to cut metals and stuff, you have to go fiber. You can't do a lot of stuff with unless you go fiber. But you can do plastics and woods and acrylics with a CO2, and you can do some wood surface burning with a diode laser, right? And that's what it's for. But if you're going to go to a really small area, not everywhere has a makerspace. Let's admit it. And in COVID, who's going to go to a makerspace right now? Nobody.
Nobody.
Because
people doing it, but.
Yes, your neighbors will hate you. I fully agree because they're noisy when you're doing the engraving on with the who is that, by the way, Jerry?
Oh, that's the guy that started the thing with GameStop, whatever, and everybody got rich. KO Sport Tech. I think Chelsea designed this. A friend of mine wanted one painted, so I read the print for him. I'm gonna paint it up, mail it to him.
But check out
that character though.
Yeah, check out the
looks like something from Monopoly or something.
Yeah.
Check out the Kickstarter one for this one.
I got a question for Justin.
Yeah.
What exactly is a Volron and who makes it?
So no one actually makes it. It's an open source community design. The idea behind it is scalable design. Your bed is solid mounted, and the gantry does all XYZ. So if
how is it different than a hypercube?
Let me pull this up here. Hold on. Actually, I haven't looked at a hypercube in a while. Sorry.
So I got a Core XY Hypercube 445 from Ziltech. It's a massive machine. I love it. But I was just wondering, how is that printer different?
It's a Hypercube 400 by 400 by 500.
Yeah.
Let me look at the layout here. So your bed moves up and down when you print, correct?
Yes.
So this is a solid mount bed. So if I take if you guys watch the camera, do I have to home first? Dang it! Hold on, I gotta hit home.
Your hot end assembly comes down to the bed and goes
yes.
up.
Yeah,
okay.
The bed is solid mounted to the frame.
It's an inverted Core XY.
Basically, yes.
No.
Well,
XY. It's just the whole
gantry. Just the gantry is your XYZ. So what that gives you is your bed doesn't move, so you don't lose any quality in the bed movement, whether the bed's wrong or not. It also has quad gantry leveling. So if I take the gantry, and I gotta turn off my steppers for that. Hold on.
It's a gimmick.
It's awesome.
Oh, I see. Okay, I was looking at the one in the background where the light is. You're working on the one in front of it. You have two machines right there. Okay.
So you see, I just pulled that gantry out of whack, right?
Yeah.
What's this? So now what it's going to do, and I hope I'm still learning. Oh, must home again. Hold on. Stupid thing. I'm still getting used to it. It's day one of operation. I haven't printed anything yet, but we'll get there. So it'll probe the bed, and then if the gantry's not level, say you take it on a trip, it'll adjust for the gantry being not level.
Yeah.
And then Maker Viking says it'll light on fire.
But you can do that to a bed too.
You can, but by moving the gantry, you're moving less weight.
Yes. And
So you have
you're moving weight.
It's also a belted Z system.
When you move the gantry, the head moving is weight that shifts. So if your belts aren't all exactly the same tension, your whole gantry could start doing this as the head's moving around.
Yeah,
which is
my belts
a major disadvantage. Now they do have ways to fix it, but that's why the frame has to be so much more beefier than a normal Core.
No, normally it's a 2020 frame. I overbuilt it.
Yeah, but you have to overbuild it.
No, you don't.
You do.
Their bill of materials calls for 2020 across the board.
Yeah, for the 300 or under.
No, 350 by 350. Their 350 cube calls for 2020.
You're still got a moving mass that's carried on 4 separate motors that if they aren't exactly tuned as the head moves around, especially if you have a direct drive, you have a lot of weight and that thing can rock. That gantry can rock.
The gantry's not that heavy.
It's heavy. It's weight. And
okay, you're saying I should have built a llama core, right?
No, I think Boron's really cool, and they have ways of countering it. The thing is, you have to find ways of countering it. It's very cool. It's unnecessary. There's no real advantage to it.
So how else would you make the XYZ gantry move on this style of printer?
I wouldn't. I would let.
Well, considering there's over 1,000 people that have these.
I know.
Printers,
they think it's cool. There's 1,000 people that make switch wires too, and the switch wire has absolutely zero purpose other than it's freaking cool.
I got a question for Zolan. Hello, Zolan. How you doing?
My quad ate the balance end of one of my batteries and decided to sparkle on the way down.
Oh wow!
Oh, sparkle! Hey, Greg.
I done a video today, Zolan, and I used the lapel mic that came with this outfit that I'm using. You recommended
Yeah.
The boom mic around my mouth is very clear, as you guys can tell. But when I put
Right.
the boom mic on my shirt underneath my beard, the whole video is kind of muffled. So I want to
Drop it down.
the video, but it's muffled.
Drop it
That's-
down about 2 inches into the middle
Yes.
of your chest.
So just drop it down on my shirt, you think?
Drop it down and pin
Yes.
it down in the middle of your chest or out here, away from the beard.
All right.
So if you ever watch the newscasters, especially when they're on location, they have the lapel mic actually clipped about where you would put a tie pin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they were originally designed for. weren't they?
Yeah,
Did you say a tie pin or a tie pin?
Yeah, I tried to clean it up in the video and I couldn't, so I just made a comment on the screen that it's muffled, and I'm testing out a new thing here. But
Yeah, but it also depends on the sensitivity. If it's really
Yes.
sensitive, you can drop it down low.
Yeah.
If not, put it right in here, right in between, in the
Sternum.
center of your sternum.
okay.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, this thing works great. I love this. I'm so glad you told me about it. Under $50, and it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at getting a different boom, one of the thinner booms that you can barely see, because it will work with that setup as well, and you don't have to buy a whole new transmitter, receiver, nothing.
If I paint all this white, it'll blend into my face.
True.
Until you shave.
Is that another privilege thing?
Oh, dude, you should make it like a hairy lion thing and put it as the cover, and you can make
So,
it like
Greg,
sideburns.
since you're
Yeah.
here,
Uh-oh.
what are the balance plugs actually called, and how do I tell which one goes into which pin?
JSTXH, and the best way to do it would be to check it with a multimeter if you want to know which order.
Okay.
If that makes
yeah,
any sense.
it does.
Yep.
Because it's missing. I don't know where the end is. The silver pieces are still on it, but the end is gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I've killed a few of those. Do you want
And
to show
it's-
everybody on camera what we're talking about?
Sure.
Or
hang on.
I probably
let
have one
me-
that's busted I can get out too.
Oh, no.
Hey, Greg, how you been?
I was gonna
Good.
say, I had my batteries right here, but I guess I don't.
I've been
button.
I was busy rebuilding my hypercube over the weekend, so
Oh, they're over there.
and last week. Oh goodness, still
Let
on.
me
more
bring him up
idlers.
on screen 1 second.
My
So
Zilch
I'm-
idlers and my
I'm
hyper
cleaning that whole area up, so.
Yeah, I thought you were doing like a.
That looks
I-
awful.
my...
I think someone's been using your workshop for grenade practice.
And you want to know scary? That's mostly packed up still.
There you go. Power plug, balance plug.
There it is. Llama's got it. So that little white
Okay, let me
piece broke
switch
off.
around again.
Oh, you got a Dean's connector on that thing too. That's an old
This is
one.
what it came with. But
Yeah.
it's a 2-cell, so you have your regular power plug, but then you'll
Yep.
have a 3-pin. You'll have a ground and
Yeah.
one positive for each cell.
Yep.
If you have
Right.
a 3-cell, you'll go to a 4-pin.
Yeah.
If you have a 4-cell, you'll go to a 5-pin.
And this
Yep.
is a 5-pin, as you can see. I don't know if it's on. You should be able
Oh,
to see.
Yeah.
1 second, let me switch you around.
Yep.
And
do you
I
have
Very
those-
musical chairs here.
Do you have the connector, Zolan, to crimp one?
don't know.
Does this sound muffled?
A little.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
No, I have JSTXHs.
Yeah, that's what you need. But do you have enough pins?
Yeah, yeah, those are it. All you need
Yeah,
is
that looks right. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's a 5-pin
Yeah.
XH5Y.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you should be fine.
and
And I even have the tool here somewhere.
all
Yeah.
that really matters.
1
is
second,
that
on.
the
1 second.
ground is on the left.
Yep.
After that, the other 4 don't matter.
Well, you want them in the right
No,
order.
they do.
Yeah, they matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't matter.
No, they do. Because what it does, the balance
It's
charger, when you
pairs.
plug it in, it's gonna individually charge each cell over that, and then also
Right.
The FFF.
But
if you have
Someone
accessories.
The FFF,
Because it's got the ground and then the 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
Don,
What they're
So-
paying for the FFF.
Another 4S. You got
Yeah.
black, yellow. That's one cell.
there you
You
go.
got, sorry. So you got
No.
2 grounds, 3 positives.
Correct. No, you got 1 ground and 2 positive. Because the
This is a
2 cells
4S.
got 3 pins.
It's a 4S.
So you got 5. You got 1
Yes.
ground.
Well, I can
And
tell you
4
right
They're
now.
all connected to each other. So
I can tell you
Yeah,
right
they
now.
are.
All the other wires,
Yeah.
Series.
they're in series. And even after I
Exactly.
taped off the red
Yeah.
one,
Right. So it does.
they
have to be
others
like-
still wanted to do Christmas tree effects.
yeah,
Okay,
it's like
I'm
the equivalent of stacking a bunch of AA batteries from negative to positive, negative to positive. I mean,
In
just
fact,
think of
you
it
can
that
go
way.
to Rotor-Rite and see them do that.
I like. There you go, Jerry. Just turn down the volume and you should be good.
There you
Turn
go.
down the
Hooks
volume.
right to the beard.
That works.
Whoa,
Beard
Look,
mic.
it comes with this little furry mouse. In
Oh
fact,
yeah, you gotta.
If I put
You
that here-
already got
You're
that.
overdriving the mic. Ow.
Got a little dead cat muff is what they call those.
Ow, that hurt. So it went down and landed in a tree.
Ooh.
Cool.
So I'm not doing too well.
But you recovered it, right? At least,
Oh,
not like the
yes.
other one. Yeah.
No, the other one's still out in the woods somewhere.
Now it looks. I don't know how to describe it.
Testing, 1,
Jerry.
2, 3.
Actually, that's perfect.
Oh, you're a sharp but special, Jerry.
How does it sound?
Not
Think
bad.
again?
Not
A little overdriven, not much.
A little bit, yeah.
So red goes in the
That's
far
funny.
left.
That's funny.
I could probably rotate this thing, guys.
Nope. I need all new connectors on it. Damn. I'm gonna have to find my tool.
How's
You have
that?
to crimp it.
That's
Yeah.
okay, Justin.
A little easier to see.
Now your X and Y are in the normal.
Right.
Because
Watch you.
Get the mic stand out of the way. I'm just seeing if I can get
Here,
it
let
to...
me put it up on big screen.
I hate when you eat Cheetos and then you sneeze and you look at your hands like, oh my god, now I gotta go wash your hands.
Oh, you got to wash your hands after that. That's just nasty.
Or just lick it back off, finish it. That was the bottom of the bag.
Doritos too. You get that red Dorito.
Jerry, the extra spicy ones.
Yeah. Or even the Cool Ranch, you get that kind of white yellowy powder. Ugh. All right, now
So the battery's at 15.08.
Oh, cool.
Divide that by 4.
It's a little low. But not
Greg,
too
there's
bad.
a question there for you from Chris.
Oh,
Here's
Yeah,
the
I re-
gantry leveling.
I like that Radio
Watch it.
Master TX16.
That's what that's also
Yeah,
what I
Zolan
use,
has
Chris.
it too. Yep.
It's my
That's
favorite
pretty much
radio.
the gold standard right now. It was the Free Sky X9D Tyrannus, but that's
Oh.
kind of changed.
Awesome. 3.77 volts. If it's average, that means I can ignore this for now.
Yeah, just let it. What I do is I put mine in an ammo can and I tape all the ends. But I think you had
Yep.
already done that.
And that
Yep.
gantry.
Yeah, that gantry looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Not crooked anymore.
it is cool. I mean, honestly, I think the Voron is like
Failed
one of
to
the
prove.
coolest looking printers there is.
It is. Well, the Hevo RT, I think they had those benchy competitions, and I believe the Hevo RT can go a little bit faster. But I think
It's
they're
still
both
looking
like
good.
pretty similar. But
I just
the main difference is the Z, because you still have the moving Z on the Hevo
Yeah.
RT. I left the rods on mine. You can kind of see it in the background, but mine's all rails on the X and Y. And it works pretty well. I mean, I don't think the Z is an issue because you figure most layers, unless you're doing vase mode, you're sitting there for at least 30 seconds per layer, maybe more if it's a big print. So you're not really. It's a really slow, gradual drop.
I don't think I've ever printed
Oh,
anything that spent 30 seconds on a layer. Everything was way above that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That's the fastest you'll ever go, probably.
Yeah,
So-
as I said, I don't think I've ever printed anything that was that small.
Yeah.
That I spent so
Right.
little time on a layer.
Yep. I mean, the main thing is you're not doing the bed slinging anymore, like on the Prusa.
If your brand was just like
Yeah, as
2
long as you don't
millimeters
move
more
the
to
center
the left,
But-
Jerry would be like centered in it.
I just
Yeah.
love the head on
Yeah.
the Voron.
Jerry, you should
Think,
shift a little bit to your left and duck your head down a bit. Over to your left, and
There you go. There you go.
Now you can wait for the window. Yeah, I have to make
My
that
camera
full
was
screen.
frozen.
Make that full
Yep,
screen.
it did.
Oh, they won't work
Damn
full
it.
screen. It won't work. Nah. I'll have to make a special logo for Jerry that he's full screen when he's with the logo over it. There's another question. That was Zoran's answer. Okay.
Yeah, I was answering Chris. Even though he asked Greg, but
5
just-
seconds on the
I-
benchy there.
I'm literally looking at my.
Yeah,
That's
Zolan's. I bet Zolan's got as much knowledge as I have on drone stuff now. He's really been into it for the last 6 months, Zolan, something like that. But you've really absorbed it. I've been doing it for about 6 years, but not
I'm
at
actually
the
going to be
level.
loading
I
on
just-
the on the Beta 85 Whoop that bit my neck.
Mhm.
I'm going to put Emu Flight on it and see how it does.
Nice.
Where'd my little one go? I could
Here's what I'm flying these days. Little 75X. Similar.
That's too big. My controller isn't even that big.
Hey, it fits in the palm of my hand. Watch. It's pretty small.
I don't know where the little one went.
Oh, that little Walmart one you had?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Oh, by the way, guys, those who are out there, click like,
They
subscribe.
fly well.
Okay.
I mean, they fly pretty good.
Please.
Yeah.
They're
It
ultra
all
light.
helps, especially those thumbs up help with ratings. And when you subscribe and hit and ding the bell, you get notified when I go live. I'm actually doing another live tomorrow night, but it's going to be
Sweet.
early, much earlier. I'm in Eastern time, and about 6:30 tomorrow evening, I'm going to go live. I'm going to do a live unboxing of the Weedo X40 IDEX printer. Because I know I had a guest for tomorrow night for my stream, and my guest asked to put it off until April. So tomorrow we're going to do an unboxing and use the time for tomorrow evening.
Well, at least you got advance notification. You weren't getting ready to go live, and then he didn't pop in, or she.
No, yeah, I was chasing him on email, and I got notified about it yesterday. But I didn't put out the new notification for the unboxing. I'll do it tonight because it hadn't arrived yet. I want to make sure I have it first. So it turned.
So that way I can click reminder on it and then have it take that off every time I turn around.
Well, that's I don't know. I think maybe you're the problem.
The
I
problem
don't
is
know what's happening with you. I don't know. That's weird.
it did it on all three of my Gmail YouTube accounts, and it did it on my phone. It did it in
That's
incognito,
weird.
and it did it to my wife.
So, yeah. Well, you pinged YouTube on it, so
Yep.
let's see if what they do on it.
Yep.
Because that's weird. I haven't seen that issue.
Oh, so Llama's flying what looks like a newbie drone almost. One of the brushed mini whoops, micro whoops.
And I think he just crashed it into something.
Very common. Yeah, I can't fly any of those inside my house because my dogs go insane.
They'll eat it.
That is not a good sound, Justin.
No, that was not a fun sound to hear.
Something's grinding.
Yep. Well,
That's
yeah.
your nozzle.
No,
Nozzle
that was
on the
not my
bed?
nozzle. Nope.
Oh.
Something happened.
Whoops.
Pick it up.
Hey, Llama can actually come on the plate.
So besides Justin playing with
Trying to set it, get it going. Come on.
and Jerry is doing some cleanup on his resin print, it looks like.
Yeah.
What are you up to, Greg?
Well, I just got done. Did you guys see my useless box tweet? Let me show you this. Hang on.
Yeah, why'd you do that in like 5 segments? Just to keep them short?
Let me make you full
So-
screen. There you
So I
go.
built this last night, and you can kind of watch and see what it does.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's a company, Just Add Filament, and they sell a kit. It's only $15, and it includes the battery case, the wires, and then there's a little servo motor in here and a toggle switch that you got to wire up. But
Yeah.
it only took me like maybe an hour to. I mean, I think I had it
Whoa.
done in like an hour and a half, and I made a video. So
I've seen those. I've seen those
Yeah.
where a hand, you'll flip the switch, a hand comes out and hits the switch
Yep.
and closes itself.
Yeah,
When I was-
exactly.
When I was a little kid back in the 70s, there was a little black box that had a green monster hand that would come out and grab your coin. It was like a bank. You put a
Oh,
coin in
yeah.
it, and the lid comes
Yep.
up, the hand comes out and grabs the coin. Remember those, Llama?
Yeah, there used to be a cat one.
Yeah, the cat. I like the
Kitten
cat
paw
ones.
that would come out and steal your coin.
Yeah, we
They
used
had
to
a cat one of those
yeah.
too. Comes up, stops for a second, reaches out, flips the switch, then drops back down in the box.
Yeah, we used to have one where it was a skeleton would come up. The top half of
Yeah, same thing.
the box would open, and the skeleton would
Yep.
come up out their hand, and then they'd lie back down again afterwards. Kind of fun.
Why did you do
Yeah.
that video in like 4 segments? Just to keep them
Well, you know, a lot of people don't have much of an attention span, so
Yeah, that's
you
what
know
I
that was the
wondering.
main reason. And I've been
Yeah,
trying
'cause
to.
they're all. I kind of like that. They're all under 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because I used to do I think I had an hour-long drone build video on my other channel, and like people watch it for 5 minutes and they're done. So I'm
I
just
have-
like, yeah,
I've done 2 weeks ago. I did a 3-hour live
Yeah.
setup and build of the Artist D,
Mhm.
and people sit down for the whole thing.
Oh, really?
So,
Yeah. Well,
and they
live
were
stream's a
asking
little
questions the whole
different.
way through it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow for the X40. So
Yeah, that's
the
cool.
other IDEX.
But yeah, other than that, and then I got, if you guys remember the, what was that? Edutech had the guy that did the plotter. So I tore down my Ender 3 and I ordered his kit, and this is what the kit is. It's basically just the hardware and the binder clips, and it does like you put a pen on it, and then it draws whatever you scan, load up in Inkscape, and then export. So I'm gonna do that project probably tomorrow night, and then I got the Alien box. That's the next project after that. So that just got here.
What's the Alien box one?
It is let me get that one out. So it comes in this nice little green box here, and then give me a second here. Let me open it. I don't get the filaments anymore because I have like 100 little sample rolls. I can't use them, but all it is it's this it's like an Arduino webcam, so you can use it. The project for this month is the webcam with the Wi-Fi Arduino board, and then you can
ESP32,
yeah, is it an ESP32? Yep.
It's it.
You can kind of see it there. ESP32 cam. So then you just print out like a bunch of parts to build it's like a mount for the webcam. And that's only, if you just get the project, that one's also, I think it's like $18. And then it also came with these heat
Bunch of
inserts.
Yep.
So I already had a bag of these, but I can always use more.
Put in, what do you use for the heat inserts? A soldering iron or what?
Yeah, I have a tip for my Hacksaw soldering iron, and then actually this box has them.
I've got one right here. Hold on. Mine is right here. There's my tip, right?
Yep.
Sorry, it's having...
Yeah, it's not focusing very well. But
it will. It takes it a sec.
Just move back and slowly come in.
Hold on. Just a high-end camera.
There you go. The towel trick.
Maybe.
Is it? Maybe it's not on.
It's on. It just doesn't want to focus.
But there's different ways you can put them in. I actually show two ways on my latest video. But you can, if you don't have one of those, you can use just a lighter. And what I do is I put them on the end of a screw, and then I just heat them up and then push them in. That's what I was doing before I got the soldering tip. But the soldering tip's way better. It's so much easier to use.
Yeah.
Post a link to your channel. I'm sure Liam wouldn't care.
Sure, go post a link in the private chat, and I will share it.
Okay. Yeah, let me grab it here. I'll grab the build video one.
Well, if you do it just your whole channel, and I'll post it out.
So okay.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Oh, work. Cool.
Something I don't understand about that pin plotter. When I see it, when I was a little kid, I had a spiral graph. And that seems to me the next step would be the pin plotter. And then you buy a computer, and then you got software. We can use a laser or an inkjet printer to print out your picture, whatever you want. So it's like we're reverting back to the 80s with that on the 3D printer. I don't understand the point.
I know. Yeah. It's funny.
Cool. See,
I mean, I like that.
If I were going to do the plotter, I would probably put a pad on my bed and then make it a cutter. Put like an X-Acto knife in it.
You can do that. You can get the I just pasted in chat Greg's channel's link. Okay, so if you want to go subscribe to Greg channel, you can click on it there.
Please.
You can get the swivel X-Acto knives.
Mm-hmm.
And all you need to do is tape cardboard onto the bed. That's all you have to do. Tape on it, and then you're done. That's all you have to do. Is use it as a cutter.
Yeah, or you can get one of those cutting pads.
Yeah. But the downside of it is you'll never get sharp pinpoint corners.
Or if you got a K40 laser, just cut it out.
Well, get a laser like we do. Yeah, you can just cut it out. Or if it's cardboard, you can cut out with a diode laser.
Yeah. Laser
with the swivel X-Acto knives, when you change direction, they have to be forced around, so you never get sharp corners. You kind of get round corners.
But none of them do. So.
Yeah. A cricket cutter, but that's $600. That's what, $400.
Yeah, they're $399.
I got one of those for my wife many years ago.
$399. Are you out of your mind?
Oh, God.
You
She
would
wanted
get
it for her
slapped for
birthday.
copyright by Joel if you keep saying that.
Crazy Eddie, and my prices are insane.
It's like that guy. Let's get ready to rumble. And he
Well,
drank like
WWE is gone, so that doesn't matter.
You know, I think every state had one of those because we used to have Ruby Vine did that from Railroad Salvage. It was like a mini chain here in the state. It was like, Railroad Salvage, I'm Ruby Vine, yeah. And they were always yelling at the TV and like, oh, everything's on sale.
What happened to the ShamWow guy? Didn't he go to jail or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he
was
died.
a crackhead
Well,
or
that one
something.
guy died. The first guy died. What was his name?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. No, it
The
was
guy with the beard.
The
Yeah,
guy who always screams is the one who died.
yeah, he
Yeah.
died. Heart attack.
Mr. Infomercial dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the way he was screaming all the time, it wouldn't surprise me his blood pressure was through the roof.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Like, no one could
Did he die
maintain
from
that.
like an aneurysm or something?
Oof.
And I think the ShamWow guy kind of went the same route as Jared from Subway.
Yeah.
What happened with him? With Jared?
Pedo,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
aka Jail.
Yeah, the ShamWow guy was like a crackhead or a cokehead or something.
Yep.
The little skinny kid. He was actually good though, because I used
Yeah.
to watch that ad just to watch him because
Yeah.
it was so funny.
Oh,
It
so
used to crack me up.
What about the guy that used to play Screech? He died this week.
Yeah, Dustin
Yes, he
Diamond.
did.
Yep.
Who
Yeah,
also ended up in jail for stabbing somebody during a bar fight.
yeah, he did. Yeah,
Which they aren't advertising.
but he, no,
You remember the guy who used to do the dude? You could have had a Dell on the PC commercial.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was real funny. I was at USPS one time picking up a package back then when those were popular. It's dead quiet. There's 20 people. A guy goes to get a PC, and I go, "Dude, you could have had a Dell." And anyway, it's kind of funny when it happened.
Uh,
Yeah,
It was
and then
funny
he
to
lost
do it.
his
That's all that
contract
matters.
because he smokes pot.
yeah, he was like
Still
got in
terrible.
trouble for pot smoking or something, right? Like selling dime bags, and then they started calling him like dime bag Dell guy.
Yeah.
I think I worked for Dell at the time.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, in Ireland. I
I
used to work for Dell.
was looking that whole bed right up.
What? What's Loma whining about my going on about?
We ignore him. It's okay.
Somebody just
Okay.
opened a music box.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Billy
Oh, yeah,
Mays,
Billy
thank you.
Mays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember the ShamWow guy.
What did
that
he
much.
sell? Billy Mays. That name's familiar. Was he the Tybo guy?
He was no. That was the you're thinking of the guy who was an actor before that.
Yeah.
No, Billy Mays. He did OxyClean, Orange Glow, Kaboom.
All right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Um,
Billy Blank was the Tybo guy.
Yes, Billy Blank was
Yeah.
the Tybo guy, and ShamWow guy. It was Vince Offer,
Ah, yep.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
who was also the Slap Chop guy.
But
He is actually still alive.
Oh yeah, Slap Chop.
see, you're half of the stuff. I know some of the guys. I don't know most of these guys because we don't have these crazies advertising on our TV in Ireland. Sorry, so we normally hire sane people to do our TV advertising. People yelling at us on TV trying to sell products. That doesn't happen where I'm from.
Well, I remember in Alaska we had Cal Worthington, and which was a car Ford
Hey, Dan.
dealership in Anchorage,
Hey, man.
Dan.
and he
Dan
was
the man,
famous
what's
for
going on?
pulling on grizzly bears as part of his commercial.
Oh, jeez.
The link's there in
Yeah.
chat, guys. If you want to come in and join the convo, if you want to come on screen, the link is there.
I'm like a
But,
duck.
This
Have you guys been seeing everybody converting these shanty songs into crap?
Oh yeah, that's so annoying.
Actually, I think some of them are kind of funny. The
Yeah.
cat one is hilarious.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's actually, I didn't realize at first. It's the dude, if you've seen the new show, what the hell's the name of it? I can't even remember the name of it now. Where the chick turns into it's the girl from I can't think of that either.
Oh, Dan, you better come in and explain that statement.
No, yeah, I got my brain working. Anyway, she's like turns into this private investigator, and she's got her younger brother with her, and her parents left, and her younger brother is like mentally disabled. It's that dude, you know, he's got the big glasses with his eyes all crossed, but he's singing it. It's really, really good, actually.
Yeah.
And he's talking
I like
about
the
cats and how they
I like the
broke
pirate
their-
shanty or the sea shanties, but I always think of like you guys ever play Black Flag? The
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. That's what it reminds me of.
I had
Yeah,
to throw that out
badly
there
that
because
works.
there's also Black Flag the band.
Yeah, right. And
I
Black
got
Flag
Black
the song.
Flag under
by
my
King's
sink, I
X.
think.
Well, that's cool.
Sorry, what'd you say, Jerry?
I got Black Flag under my sink.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
My son used to like a group called ICP, and I told him every time I went in the bathroom, I see him in here too.
You know, talking to Black Flag, I always just say when I was younger, right, we used to watch NASCAR all the time. My father was really into it. And I always used to say Black Flag used to sponsor a car. And the whole job was for them to get Black Flag before the first,
Wow.
50 laps. They had to, like, take out whoever the leader is or something. Like, sponsor the guy that whoever like gets taken out of the race for doing something stupid, like wins the Black Flag award or whatever. Wow, that is warped. Holy crap.
Time for a brim.
I'm telling you, you need to.
No, it picked the freaking bed right up and warped it.
Oh, that's weird.
Stuck to the bed.
I've never
What,
seen that.
what temperature are you printing at? What temperature is your bed?
The bed was 50, I think. Yeah,
Oh, that's
50.
not hot enough.
And that's what it says right on the roll. It says 55 or 50 to 55.
I'm wondering if
For
it's
pet G?
I'm wondering if if the magnetism is being lost on the. Now it won't have 50, but over time it could have actually. You could you could be experiencing the Curie
No.
effect, and it could be losing magnetism.
Brand new magnet bed, printing PET G at 60. I did a full bed print, and as it cooled, it pulled the magnet, the bed off the magnet, and it was a brand new magnet.
Oh, you printed on the magnet?
No,
Oh,
flex sheet. They pulled the flex sheet off.
okay. I was just checking.
Here comes the
never
crash.
had anything pull the flex sheet up since I had
I've
polycarbonate.
never had that happen. Yeah.
Here comes the
I mean, I
crash.
don't really care.
on the Artist D, the magnet is so strong on it, it's a pain in the butt to get the bed on and in line, and that's a good thing.
So there's the
But
crash.
you're saying
I go to
when
catch
the
up to the
magnetic pull effect is
And-
so strong,
Clip.
Mhm.
getting the bed on is difficult. You have to kind of put on one back corner, line it up, and then let it flop down because you won't get it out. You won't get it
That's
out.
how
Not
mine
lined up
is.
at all. It's really strong magnet. It's
Yeah. I use the TH3D magnet bed. It's really good.
That's
I
what
like
what that is. Huh.
That's what mine
Yeah.
are.
That's why it surprises me because
Yeah, his stuff's good.
I had polycarbonate. When I printed
Yeah.
polycarbonate, I did like a whole big. I actually did those
Mhm.
shelf brackets.
Oh yeah,
Put that shelf up,
nice.
and they literally take the whole bed. They're only like a
Yeah.
half an inch off each corner. They're almost exactly. They're like 290 in square, and it curled the bed up.
Huh.
And that's the only thing that's ever pulled the bed up that I've ever done until this.
Never seen that.
And
You know, I'm wondering if this is really PTG.
I don't think it is because I've never
I
seen
always-
PG warp that bad.
You know, I always
Yeah,
print
but-
PET G at like 80C. I've
I
never
No, I
do
do
printed
mine
it.
at I do my PET G at 65 to 70.
So here's a printed solid spool.
Interesting.
Oh, that got
Ow.
knocked down in transport.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it till just now. Luckily, I'm not running it like that. But
mounted the other way around, so the filament when it comes off.
no, it's mounting on a. It goes in the
Right.
center anyway.
They use wire feed welding spools. Those are really super heavy duty. I'm shocked. It's
Yeah,
gone.
I'm
Dan,
shocked
man,
you were able
know.
to do that.
It's gone, Dan.
I've got one. I got a VTech one that was broken like that recently.
Yeah,
But
my Ziltecs break easily.
But what I do is the part that's broken, I mount on the filaments, the spool holder. I mount the broken part
Yeah.
at the back, so the filament is always leading away from it, never towards the brake. So
Yep.
Doggies.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What if I can just screw up that
what are you up to, Dan?
He's going to play with
I'm
his rods.
noticing there's a hell of a lag on this other camera, so it'll definitely not probably use for too much. Like this one was sent to me by Burning Gems.
Sergio knows what it's like.
So he sent me this one, and he's like, "Here, this will help you out with your streams and stuff." I was like, "Cool, great," and I hooked it up, and like it's got a bit of a lag for some reason, and I don't know. It's probably something in the camera. It's I think he's like $3 or $4.
Your
for me.
internet
Got a-
seems a bit laggy.
His internet
Yeah.
is laggy when he's in the garage.
Yeah, well, no, it's probably because give me a minute. The family's watching a video, and I got my nice cache running.
Well, what
so-
you need to do is you need to feed the gerbil a bit more so he runs that a little bit faster.
Yeah. there you
Yeah,
go.
that's what I was thinking.
And stop shoving him in that cave.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, so I got some
Greg.
rods here, and since I had to explain, I got 1,000 mil of 10
Oh, nice.
and 8 mil to finish up the cube with. And yes, I went metal. I didn't go carbon fiber, so crucify me if you must, but understand that it's my printer, not yours. It's my budget, not yours. My budget said spend $20 on one long piece of hardened steel, chrome plated hardened steel instead of like $20 on 2 small carbon fiber rods.
So you're gonna cut them? You got a chop saw?
I got a saw. Yeah, I don't have a chop saw. I got a nice. I'll be taking my time. It'll take me a while. I'll be probably when next time you guys see me, I'll have arms like this. You know.
You gonna hacksaw it?
Bring them
Yeah,
over, Dan. I'll cut them for you.
Oh yeah, Jerry. Let me just get right on that, buddy.
Yeah, right to Vegas is not that far from you.
It's closer for me.
I'm pretty sure if I try to get on a plane with 2 like 1,000 mil long steel rods, one 10 mil in diameter, one 8, I have a feeling it says that the FAA might just frown upon me trying to bring that onto a plane.
Full drive. It's
No.
only what, like 3 days away.
But they won't have an issue with it, actually. As long as it's not sharpened on one end.
They won't have a problem with the rods. They'll have the problem with Dan getting on the plane.
Yes.
I got on a city bus with a drive line one time. The only
Well, they're
Doesn't-
rods, Dan.
Sort of
You could always smuggle them.
No, they won't fit.
Shoot.
The first few inches maybe, but after that, I'm not walking like a popsicle. Sorry. I knew where you were going with that.
No, you weren't. Because if you were, you would have been cringing.
Oh, yeah, I knew exactly where you were going with that one.
So
It's
no,
called.
that's why I make
I think they
that
call them
comment.
sounds.
Trying to find the parts I'm going to need next. There we go. I want to check something here.
Hey Dan, if you need any Hypercube printed parts, I have a bunch that I just
I have
pulled
a whole-
off.
I happen to have a whole bunch of Hypercube printed parts as well.
I got a whole box of mistakes too.
You want to see my? Hang on, I gotta show you guys this.
Print too many of this, too many of that. You build it, it's like, well, I didn't need all that.
That happened when I printed this rocket, the F9.
Here's all the leftovers from my upgrades.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that you were taking it all apart and putting it all back together again.
Yeah, I ended
Whoa.
up doing an upgrade because I couldn't get the Z banding figured out on my cube, and I'm like, I'm just gonna upgrade it to Rails anyway. So Z banding is gone now.
Yeah, I have 2 of the I have 2
Yes, dog meds. I get it.
I have two rails behind me, but
hmm
I'm just going to go this route to start, and then I'll play with it later.
Yeah,
and change
that's
it.
a good way to do it.
You know, get used to it before you break it, kind of a thing. That's
Yeah.
not going to work either. Fudge. Big stinking fudge. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. I was like, I knew I printed one of these that had the room for the IGUS bearing for the little guys. Yeah, I knew I printed at least one that would have the ability to put those in, and then hopefully they won't pop out while I'm printing. That would suck.
Hey, Tripod, how are you?
He's full of shit. Don't listen to that tripod. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking
We
about.
let you in here.
I mean, heck. I'm sorry. My bad. I keep forgetting it's
No,
Liam's
I mean,
screen, not mine.
After we listened to Dan for so long, someone else with more shit in his mouth needs to join.
Go on, tripod.
Yeah,
Well, we let
exactly.
Dominic here all the time, you know.
What's going on, peeps? Yeah, just editing my video for maybe it'll go out tomorrow.
Hasta la Nacho, buddy.
So that's the Nebula, not the Nebula Pro, Greg.
Okay. It looks good. I like the quality.
There.
So
Squeeze those
for
bad
a
boys
whoop,
in.
it's fine, but I might still swap it out for the Nebula Pro.
Yeah.
At least I can swap just the camera, not the whole thing. Doggies.
So
Yeah, I love watching those dogs.
So what video are you putting up? I'm going to post tomorrow, tripod.
The A-Net ET5.
Oh, okay.
Dadgummit, A-Net. I feel better. I just had to yell dadgummit for some reason. I don't know.
You would.
So,
I
tripod,
felt like I needed to kind of have a moment.
We just call them Denisms now.
I didn't hear
At
you
that point.
go on.
Yeah, I know. Dan's talking. Since I see you have trucks behind you, what would you suggest as one that could survive my dog grabbing it?
There's one that could probably run him over. So, yeah, I mean, that one right there is very durable. It's aluminum. Both of them have aluminum chassis, but that one's very brittle. Honestly, that one I'm surprised even is on there. It's over 30 years old. It was in the attic for 16 years. Took it down. I'm like, ooh. Yeah. All the electronic wires are literally disintegrated. I mean, it's all well, it's old school servos. You know,
Yeah,
right, and it's probably PVC wire, not silicone.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, it literally, you do this and it just falls apart. So I'm like, well, I mean, it was that Cloudbuster. I mean, they still make them, and parts are readily still available. Tamiya will do that. They'll release a kit, gets people interested, stop it, and then come back out again. So, but yeah, it's this one.
I'm looking for one to turn into an FPV truck that my dog can chase.
Yeah, this one is a TXT1 that had a very short run through Tamiya. This is a Red Cap Monsoon.
Those are nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fourth. That's a 1/8 scale up there. That's a HPI. Oh shit.
So those
RS4. That one I didn't even see it, but it's RS4 MT, Traxxas Revo, Team Associate B1, and a very old Tamiya Celica GDP, and then all the way on the other cabinet right there. That's a King Cab, a Nissan King Cab. That one. All of these have been driven. Every one. Oh yeah. So I mean, it was. Then I have some more over there on the shelf.
You have any truggies?
That Revo is basically.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
And
I like the truggies.
Same with this Monsoon. That
the
Monsoon and the Revo are my fastest ones. Those both go about 40 miles, 45
as well. And
I
you
don't
should
know if
look
you
at
can see
the
my
truggies.
video, but you see the grass. That's what I need something to drive through.
Oh, I mean, yeah, those. They got
the big
like,
guys could do it, but the little.
Oh yeah, absolutely no problem. So. Yeah, it's
I've got a video on my quad channel where I was chasing guys that were doing a dirt track. I'll have to send that to you as well.
Cool.
So you can see the different ones.
Is that a different channel?
Yeah, that's my.
Do you want to share it? If you do,
yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Stick it in the private chat, and I will share it out to everybody.
Okay.
That's my mini one.
Let me bring you up again.
Nice. Let's see.
I mean, if you really.
Oh, you know what? I think I made it unlisted because of.
And these are more like tile burners, because what happens if you're running on carpet, dog bones actually get eaten up, get a lot of fiber in them. So, you could really, these became very popular when they first came out, and
those the ones that they're doing the racetrack things inside the building that they're building.
So I mean, look at
what I'm thinking of.
look at the servo arms. They're actually, just like flexible. Because they, I guess they couldn't make them strong enough as a regular plastic. So when you hit, usually they need to flex a little bit. And there's there's ball joints, but they don't have ball joints for your servo arms on these. So
Right.
and that's what helps with the flex. But yeah, I mean they're pretty cool. I always hated that having a hobby grade with an on-off switch underneath. that drives. If anything drives me nuts, it's that. I don't care if I have to take the body's removable. Just put it underneath the body. So, but again, this is for carpets and stuff. So,
Right.
I would say more tile though. Again, so I mean this is pretty quick. It does maybe about 10 miles an hour with the LiPo battery in there.
Go ahead.
All right, I've got the base flute on him.
Here, let me bring you up.
Stons.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Stonks.
So now I got to
Yep.
prime him, paint him, and mail him.
I still have mine. Still own it. I haven't sold my
Now,
GM
why
yet.
would a manufacturer put a 32-bit processor and still use A4988 drivers? It drives me nuts.
So, Greg, this is the trip I did with the LR when I was on my way to Texas. Nothing fancy, just buzzing around at a gas station.
Oh, nice. Big open field. Some hay bales.
Yeah, I would.
There's a reason why I'm not into into flying drones, because watching this on a stream myself, I get vertigo.
Yeah. Well, Zolan had that too, but I know.
Yeah, I don't have it in the goggles.
Yeah.
It does not bother me at all.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I must give it a try then, because I can't get my, like, I don't go on rides and stuff like this, like in amusement parks. I can't do it.
Yeah, I pasted that
now-
link in if you guys want to see the racing. It's towards the end of the video,
Okay,
like at
so
the
let
1
me-
minute mark.
That's which one is it? Oh, there, that link.
The second link, yeah.
Let me share
and this
it
is
out to
like-
everybody.
Yeah.
That's Greg's racing link of the.
I'm not sure what he was driving because I don't know RC cars, but it's a pretty powerful one. Maybe you guys can identify
all my
it.
stuff is, besides the Revo and the Monsoon, my stuff is all old school. You're talking like AM radios. You know, only 2 of my cars have Spectrum. You know,
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, so that's pretty
and
old
maybe 2 or 3 have FM. So
Mhm.
it's glitchy
Wow.
as all hell once you get past, for the AMs. I'm not even keeping the radios. It's not even worth
Yeah.
it. So the electronics are on half these cars are garbage. It's more display now. So
Yes.
and then I have an old Kyosho
Oh, yeah, Kyosho.
Kyosho Optima mid with all Hot Tricks parts. It's a real collector's item. It's all
Yeah,
aluminum
Kyosho's are
and
nice.
aluminum and
No. No.
Okay, well, fiberglass parts. So at that time in the 80s, that was like, oh my god,
Oh, yeah.
aluminum and fiberglass, you must be rich.
Yep.
So because no cars had aluminum or so.
You're up to 21. You might have. You might be getting close to me, Zolan.
Now, most of those are dirt cheap or ones I've won,
Yeah.
because I won a ton of parts
We have
and then
plastic.
started assembling.
All right.
Yeah, I was hoping they had the rows separated because I wanted to do the whole Star Wars thing, but there wasn't enough room.
Well, that's fun.
That sounds wonderful.
I know.
See, I hear that sound and I immediately look over at my quads.
Right?
Sounds like one's starting to launch.
Oh,
That does not sound good.
That stepper.
No.
It's hitting the stepper anyway. It's like it's trying to load filament.
Yeah, well, it might be backwards. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you can change that in firmware, so.
Yeah. Or if you're on a duet, just send the config. Or you can just walk around and
Well,
swap
it depends. I gotta double check my connections now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, when I rebuilt my rail or my Core XY, I had the motors. The motors were all different because I put in 0.9 steppers, and I had to. If you guys have ever tried to debug the direction on a Core XY, that's fun. There's like 8 possible combinations.
I've never built a Core XY.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're fun.
I will.
Solution.
I'm planning on doing. Well, I have tentative plans to do a 1 meter cube.
Yeah. That's
And if I'm
good
doing
size.
a 1 meter cubed, it will be a Core XY.
Yeah.
I'm doing a Voron 2.4 or better by that point, and I'm going to be buying all the pieces, one piece per page.
Yeah.
Keep the cost down.
I think my next. I'm waiting to see what the Prusa XL is and how much it's going to be. That'll probably be my next Core XY. And sell one of my cubes. But I probably got.
One?
Yeah, I've got 2. The other one's just like the one here. Let's see if I can show you the other one. See, it's
Here, let me
Just
bring
kinda-
you over to
The
large
Hypercube, and the other one's just a regular Core XY, right?
no. They're both the same now. They're both rails with the Z still has rods. So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, one was
That
they
was-
were
that was
Hypercube
what I was-
originally.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing, was leaving the C on rods and then doing the X and Y on rails. But I was like,
That's
I
the way
want to
to
do
go.
this one first. And it'll be where I go in the end, I'm sure. But for right now, I was just like, I
Yeah.
really just want to. I was like, if I go with the rods versus rails, it costs me.
Yep. Yeah, it's
quite
a
bit
lot
less,
more because I went to Ziltech and I spent. It cost me because I just put the order in. I got it last week and I did the upgrade this weekend, but it was $160. But I also swapped out the motors to 0.9 degree steppers and I did a couple other things. So you could probably do it around 120, 130 if you're just doing the hardware. So it's not bad.
Liam, do you have a can of this spray cleaner, window cleaner?
I don't know what that one is. Let me bring it up.
Sideways printer.
No.
Okay.
I have some of that. I use it for my
What do you
resin.
use it for?
No, I was going to hand you a can on screen when we were next to each other.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I do not have it.
We not to participate. Okay?
I use when I'm doing stuff like that for the printers. I always use ISO. I always go IPA.
Yeah.
When I clean up anything, my tools or anything, I use spray away glass cleaner, my resin bed, my FAP, everything.
Yep.
Oh, so
Thumbs up.
I took the dive into resin.
Awesome.
I have 2 resins. One is out. One was supposed to be a Kickstarter, and they pulled it, and they're going to relaunch later this year. So I can't talk about it yet.
Mm.
But I have a Creality, the LD002R resin. The other one, when they relaunch the Kickstarter, I'll talk about it again.
Yeah, I got it for $120.
Sonic Mini?
That's very cheap.
One I was sent because it was
Well,
Kickstarter.
it's refurbished, so we'll see if my gamble pays off.
Yeah, I might. The only thing you may have to find is you might have to change the screen sooner.
Well, it's my channel's very much like halfway self-funded, so that's so I was like, I look for deals where I could find them.
Well, mine has never been funded. Like on my channel, the only thing I got my first 3 in the last 2 weeks, and 2 of them were loyal, and I got one from this man down here.
No, that's nice of him.
So, but like before that, my channel was 100% self. and what went in there is going to pay for the service.
Liam,
Yes.
as you and Ike grow, more and more will happen. It just takes time.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying, like, but I'm getting a lot of what I'm getting are I'm
What is
I'm
funding?
working with a company in China that helps Kickstarters, and I'm getting machines to help from them because I'm helping them with what they're doing.
That's cool.
It's a marketing firm that I'm dealing with.
You're an ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
You're the Kickstarter ambassador.
Well, I suppose kind of, and I don't advertise at Kickstarters. I help them with their verbiage and so on of the content.
Mm.
So before anyone says it, no, what I write does not have an accent. So
I was going to say, you know what? You have an accent, and you probably still give them better grammar tips than we would.
I don't know about that, but so I helped them with because I was linked with this firm through one company, and then they started coming up to me with others saying, "Can you help us with this one? Can you help us with this one?" And that's where I'm getting machines for review.
Remember last week where Jim can't say oil? He goes all. Remember that? Well, I say wash. I don't say wash. I wash the dishes. I don't
Washing machine.
Hey,
My grandma said that.
Here's a good one. When you're in your house, I'll say this: when you're in your house, tell me where you guys go to the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Where do you go? Like when you're in the house going to the bathroom, what are you using? What are you using? What appliance?
I use
Going
it
with the toilet.
I think Jim used the toilet.
Yeah.
Toilet.
Yeah, I want to see because I love how everybody says it differently.
No, I say toilet.
I say
Harry,
toilet.
are you from Missouri by any chance? Because that's where my grandma was from.
Well, in the Philippines, where my wife is from, they don't call it the bathroom; it's called a CR.
Mm-hmm.
They abbreviate it, meaning comfort room.
I was born in Nebraska. I have relatives in Missouri, and my family, when I was little, we had a divan, not a couch or a sofa. But now I call it couch. But when I was a little kid, they called it a divan.
Duvet.
Duvet.
It was called a
A
duvet.
duvet.
No, I'm talking about a couch. Another word for
Yes.
couch. A duvet is you have in a bathroom is to wash your privates.
No, not a bidet.
Hey,
That's
Matt.
a B.
That's a bidet.
The link is in chat, Matt. If you want to come join. If not, if you don't see it, let me know.
I was on a job site one time and I was cleaning a
crapper. I'm with
in this room, and I'm sitting, I'm scrubbing it, and I accidentally bumped it and turned it on and blasted myself right in the face. It wasn't a new one installed. It was an old dirty one that had been in the room.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Heavily used.
Yeah.
Right, a little crusty.
Yeah.
No,
as long as I don't have any curly hair I'm pulling off my face, I guess I'm okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
The short
duvet
and
is what
curlies.
covers the couch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know
wife
my
was
wife's
trying to
side.
correct
She's
me.
got
Wow.
she's got some family from Appalachian area, and they called it a Davenport. You ever heard that?
Yep.
Yeah, Davenport.
My wife
Davenport.
actually just said that as well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And you put your feet on a hassock you have down at the bottom. My dad used to put his feet on a hassock, which was
Yeah.
a cube or whatever.
Are you busy cutting?
Hacksaw.
Not yet. I'm getting there.
Don't you know?
I want to get the saw. I'm thinking I'm going to stay in here. It's a little warmer. I was going to go out in the garage. I've got some clamps. I was going to clamp it down to a step and then use that as my vise. But I don't know. We'll see.
You should, because you get straighter cuts if you do that.
I know, but it's going to be at the end of each side, covered in printed plastic part. I'm not going to be sliding off the end. So if the end cut is just a little bit one way or the other,
It won't matter.
inside a piece of plastic with a screw holding it in place.
Yeah, the rods. I like using the chop saws on the rods, but hacksaw work too.
Chop
So,
saw.
Greg,
I would use the chop saw, but I don't have one, so I got to work
With an
with
aluminum blade.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
I don't know if you're going to be able to see it.
Currently,
Greg,
I'm
but
spraying the blade down with a little WD because it's been a little while.
Put you want to show Zolan here? Let me put you up the screen.
Okay.
There you go.
There's a hawk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
that'd be.
I've had them circle with me before. Actually, not Hacksaw.
I've had them attack me before.
Yeah, I've had that happen
yeah.
too.
The Osprey's attack.
It does
And-
happen a lot.
Which is why I flew above it and hung back a bit, because apparently that is an aggressive thing. And
Like a red tail, or it looked like a red tail.
yeah, it was a red tail.
Yeah.
They're actually training them to attack them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do anything.
Now, like this time of year, we get bald eagles here this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we do. Too.
I got them all over. Where are you at?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, I'm
Can
in.
you tell with the accent?
I'm almost in Michigan. I'm in Toledo area. So
You're just south of me. Okay.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of, and we get some snowy owls and stuff here as well.
Yep.
When they get now it's got really cold, they come down here. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we get them. We got a line of. I live right on Lake Erie, so we get them flying all over.
You're really close then.
Is he cutting a steel rod with a hacksaw?
Yes, he is.
A chromed, hardened steel rod.
It's gonna hurt.
With an old, rusty hacksaw blade. And I know Dan, so I know it's an old, rusty hacksaw blade.
Probably a dull blade that needed replaced.
He's gonna be 20 minutes.
Oh, it'll be longer than that.
That's why I like to use an angle grinder.
That would be the longest he's probably worked with a rod.
And what movie is that from? The Rusted Hacksaw.
I don't know.
Lots.
Come on.
You know it's Dan, so it's got to be old.
It's one of the first. It was a whole bunch of movies from Saw. Saw, the movie Saw.
Oh, Saw. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I really wish he brought his camera with him so we could all laugh.
I hear him going at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that his?
Yeah.
Is that him in the background?
He's really got it going quick.
It's either him or it's Justin's printer.
Oh, true. I don't hear any cursing yet.
That means he still has his fingers.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to cut
Wow.
your finger off with a hacksaw.
17
It takes a lot of
eagles.
work.
Cool. Yeah, so we only get them here in Michigan in the winter because they come down here, and as I said, like even in the trees around where I live, we've had snowy owls down here as well, like in January and February, into March, and after March they go north again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I've ever seen here in Vegas is stupid pigeons flying around. I remember driving down to Texas and seeing all the geese fly over quacking as they were going somewhere. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, we get Canadian geese here all the time. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Those things are
as well.
vicious. Canadian geese.
Yeah.
Oh, Canadian geese are nasty too.
They'll chase you. They'll bite
And
you.
for that reason alone, we should not be calling them Canadian geese.
Yeah, they're
Because
not
they
very
migrated.
No, they're nasty. Canadians aren't nasty to you. A Canadian will punch you and give you a beer at the same time.
And then they'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
Story.
You know what I'm talking about, buddy?
Story.
Where's Marcel when you need him?
Going by the way you're describing, it sounds like the Swedish in Europe. The Swedish don't complain; they just write letters.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep.
Okay,
And that one I know is true because my wife grew up in Grand Marais, Minnesota, where they write letters.
What's Dan doing?
The Swedish don't get it angry; they
Quiet.
just write letters.
Yeah,
She
I
says,
spend a lot
"Yep."
of time in Sweden for work. So,
Well, I need to get running, guys. I got a lot of stuff I need to get done. So
You go running.
everybody have a great night, and I'll see you
Jerry
tomorrow night,
runs?
Dan, and I'll hopefully see everybody Friday night on my stream.
Yeah, I'll be there.
A lot of cool stuff.
Don't forget, Jerry, I'm on tomorrow night to do the live unboxing.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll
I'll watch
post
it.
the link later on. I haven't made it yet because I wanted to make sure the machine turned out.
Well, I wanted to drop in on this one because the thumbnail already had me in it, so I figured I needed to drop in. So,
Well, you're in all my streams, so I might as well put your thumbnail in and every single one of them, right?
There
all right.
you go.
Yeah, take care, everybody in chat, everybody here. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
All right. So, question. So, new thumbnail.
Let me bring it up. Okay, go.
Red or white?
Red.
Did you like the printer or did you not?
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Did you like it or not?
Yeah, it's a decent printer. I mean, it's
White.
you know.
Although
Yeah,
it kind of
because
looks
I
like
think-
it's on fire.
Yeah.
Red
it is
is
an
a
A then.
negative condentation.
Well, and plus, colorblind is not the best thing to do. Is for to have red on.
Right. Which is why all my dashboards I make for work are red and green and yellow.
Well,
That's okay though.
Take care of his talk.
Our exchange admin's colorblind, and I made all of his dashboards for him.
Yes.
yeah, because next week I'll be doing I'm gonna have Sam Princess on.
Yeah, I like Sam.
So that's what's created that thumbnail for us. So we'll see.
You have to
'Cause I
say
was
it's
like,
the real Sam Prentice.
Yes. Well, I sent it to him for his approval, so he approved it. So because I'm also using his, he didn't have it. His normal one is always with the real Sam Princess with the arch, and I asked him if he could break it up, and then it was just too much work. I'm like, I do put a lot of time in my thumbnails, but it was like, usually I don't spend more than 35, 40 minutes on it, and this was taking me too long. I'm like, okay, I'm done. So, I mean,
Okay, so
yeah, I had one that took me about an hour, and I was like, okay, I'm done with that one. It's hard to come up with sometimes with newer ones all the time.
I have to admit, I don't do a lot of those thumbnails. I've started doing one recently, and I'm gonna have to get better at doing them.
Yeah, so this one took the longest.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, guys, look at the link below. Jerry's advertising, and Friday night he's going to have Sam on his link as well, and
Yes.
there's going to be giveaways.
Cool.
The hell is the National Guard doing out now?
I don't know.
Vaccines.
Yeah.
No, we're shut down.
Dan, did you get a cut?
No vaccine.
I don't know if he's.
Dan, do you still have all your fingers?
Hey, it's short. One's shorter than the other one, so it looks like one of them's done.
So you measured
Yep,
once,
gotta do
cut
the
twice.
other one. I got the best. I got the best damn hacksaw in town. Look how nice and
Might
clean
not.
that is. Look,
That was actually pretty quick too. I'm impressed.
yeah,
me too.
hardened
Not bad.
steel rod cut
Yeah,
with
but-
a hacksaw. Granted,
Dan-
my hacksaw has it is a handheld fucking grinder cutter. Yeah, with a cut wheel.
Hey, Dan, but it's defective. It's defective, Dan. They
One's
cut one
longer than the
shorter.
other?
Yeah, I cut one shorter than the other.
Yeah.
I know. What was I thinking, right? I gotta make sure
Let's see what's going
because
on
you
here.
know.
I will keep the really bad joke to myself.
No,
Why
don't do
start
it.
now?
Don't do it. Spit it out. We want to hear it.
No, it's a
I-
little
I
insensitive.
haven't got mine.
You didn't have the Zolan intro. That's the problem.
I haven't got mine yet, my vaccines yet, because I'm not old enough.
Yeah, you got to be 60, I think. to go higher.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not old enough, but I got mine. Oh, wait, I guess it's because I work in a school.
old. Come on, I'm not
Wow.
sure.
So Dan looks like he's back in the 90s using CUC Me.
Yes, he's got really old pixelated image.
Hey, Dan, if I ever
My
upgrade my
internet
router, I'll
is-
send you my Google Wi-Fi.
Well, it's not that because I have a really nice Asus router. It's the internet. So as soon as I pay the bill and get a
Oh.
better internet.
Wait, you have internet?
That
Yes,
one,
Philip,
Answers
point
on
to point.
wheels.
No, yeah.
PPP,
Answers
Windsock.
on wheels.
56.6K.
I'll try to come back in a minute. I'll try to come back in.
All right.
All right.
He's got 56.6.
No. 300 baud with the cradle.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
the
God.
coupler.
Yep.
I remember doing that back in the BBS days. I think I was actually. I remember when I was 5 years old, dialing into the GSA mainframe at 110 baud on my Atari 800.
Yep. Me, it was the Elmendorf Air Force Base ARPA link node,
Yeah.
and I was dialing in on my 300 baud C64.
Yep.
And I used to be about the date times of 28.8. I used to be able to tell you just by the sound of the handshake what you
Yeah.
connected at.
What it was, yeah. Oh, I remember those days.
Yep. You can tell
I ran
by
a
the
BBS
sound
for a long
what
time.
speed you got.
Yeah.
I think mine was a 14.4 was my first one.
Yeah.
So, and
I
that's
remember
why
saving up for. Yep.
I was gonna say I bought I actually it was free. Was the Doom discs, the three discs,
Yeah.
Oh
and
yeah.
a coworker and I linked up through modem,
Yep.
and he just kicked my ass. Man. That's when it would leave your corpses on the ground. And he's like, John, I just see your body's
original.
everywhere. Yeah.
I remember playing Legend of the Red Dragon on Major BBS as a door game.
Trade Wars, Solar Realms.
Yep. I loved Trade Wars.
Pit. Yep.
I actually have a Trade Wars and a Smog running
in
a Telenet session.
What was the other one? Tellarena. If you're on Major BBS, you probably played that one. Yeah. It's kind of like a predecessor to the Muds that became popular in the early 90s or mid 90s.
Muds actually came out first.
Oh, did they? I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Guys,
there used to be actually a door to one of the original Muds on Gopher.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Guys, 1 second. Anyone who wants to join the chat, the link is I'm after repasting the link into the chat. So if you want to come in and join, you're welcome to. Sorry, continue, guys.
War Drive. I remember doing that. Yeah.
Yep.
I had a War Dialer. Yeah, that was kind of cool. You just basically would put a list of numbers, and your modem would just
give it an area code and give it a prefix and just let it go.
Yeah,
That was actually how I found the modem line to Elmendorf Air Force Base.
Yeah.
All right, now we can extrude plastic. Finally.
And if you were lucky, you would find what they called a modem pool, and a lot of universities had those, and then you could connect to those and then dial out from there to just about anything. Because we
made gold boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I would call a friend who was in Eagle River because it wasn't long distance, and then the gold box would relay that to Anchorage, and then
double up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, Dan, it's much better.
Thank you, Llama. At least somebody's got my best interest in heart.
Oh, Dan's back.
Yeah, he's doing now.
I'm sorry, I was going through nostalgia time. I wasn't even really looking.
Oh, Bard's Tale. Chris mentioned that. That was a great game. Apple II, I think it was on. Apple IIe.
Bard's Tale used to be awesome.
So Zolan, were you Procom Plus Telegard or not Telegard? What was the other one?
CompuServe.
No, what was the terminal program? There's PC Plus. There was
I was on a C64.
Oh, okay.
I was on the C64 until I moved to the 386, and then it was Telex.
Telemate was the other one. Telemate was the one that let you do scripting, which was really cool.
Telex also let you do scripting.
Yeah, Telex did.
In fact, I remember we used to write scripts that would flood when Major BBS came out with multi-line. We would write scripts that we could actually flood somebody offline.
Nice. I wrote a script once that played there was a game they had where you could buy, it was like a casino ticket thing. So you could buy, I wrote a script to buy all the tickets. And then I won every time. And then I got kicked off. But that was another story.
No, I remember getting a really nasty phone bill because I was dialing bulletin board services in Finland.
Yeah. In Finland, geez. Yeah, I never.
That's where Future Crew's from.
Yeah. They had some really cool demos.
Mm-hmm.
They were anybody remember the Future Crew demos? It was like, I'm trying to remember, was
Second
it
Reality
or Pavre?
Second Reality was their most famous one. Purple Motion did most of the music on it.
Yeah. But what was the underlying technology that they used to build those?
First one was done in assembly on the 386 SX.
That's right. It was assembler, yeah.
And then they stepped it up a notch and used the fatter Agnes to do a couple on the Amiga.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went into the 486s.
Yeah. I think we're losing the crowd here, Zolan. So we're too geeky.
I've actually been tempted to spin up a Pi and see if I can get Screen Tracker working.
My first family computer was a IBM PC Junior.
Yeah.
And my first computer was a Packer Bell.
Packer Bell. I had one of those.
Yeah, 486 DX266, and then later I upgraded it with the Pentium Overdrive 90.
Yeah.
My first Pentium 90 was one of the ones that caught fire.
Yeah,
mine
that was a cartridge.
I waited for the price to drop a little before I did the Pentium Overdrive. But I was educated enough to get the DX. Not the SX.
Always.
Yeah.
Chris,
They
I
had
had a
the-
big 20, and they were good.
Yeah.
They were nice machines with the tape drive. I had the tape drive. It was cool, so I could have games on tape.
Was it
Yep,
Tandy
I had
or
No, it was Commodore.
Yeah.
Commodore?
Yeah,
Commodore
Commodore
had
VIC
the
20. The Commodore VIC 20 was the downgrade version of the Commodore PET, which is also what the C64 came out to, and then they came out the C64C, then
Yeah,
the
I had a PET.
C128.
I had a Commodore PET, which is like a business machine with a built-in screen and stuff. And then I had the VIC 20, the 64, the 128, the Amiga 500.
Oh, I love the Amiga.
Before
Amiga mods.
I had one of the old
Oh,
Sinclair Z16s.
See, I never played with any of the Z16s, but I did get to play with a couple Osbornes at that time.
Yeah, and then I went
Then the K
to
Pro 2.
Did you have a BBC?
what's a BBC?
BBC Micro.
BBC.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. No,
No,
Alright.
I didn't have a
You gotta
BBC,
go.
but I did play with a Spectrum.
yeah,
Bye,
There you go,
tripod.
everyone.
Hey,
We'll catch
tripod.
you guys later. And
Hey,
Justin,
tripod.
Okay, man.
I'm sure someone will be hosting a stream tomorrow. We'll see Justin's Veron.
It might print
Yeah.
tonight. It's pushing plastic right
Yeah,
now.
I see it move. It's making progress.
I'm doing my E-step
It is.
calibration.
Hey, you know what? I looked at it.
No
I
more
was like,
grinding.
man, that'd be a pretty cool next machine. And then
If you really want to get into it, chat with me, and it's great if you really feel like putting it all
no,
together.
the thing is, when I heard the cost, and then I was like, you know what?
That's the problem.
My next,
Well, that's
It's like
what I
1500,
spent.
right?
You can get a kit for $1,200 plus your
Oh no! If
1200,
I hit the
yeah.
12, if I hit over 1200, I'm getting my laser engraver. Period.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Because I ain't gonna spend the extra, other 1200 on top of that.
Right.
And just
what
Pull the
do you
trigger.
mean 1,200 for a laser engraver? What type of
no,
laser?
no. I'm talking about increasing it by double and getting like an Orion or something. So
Just get a Glowforge basic if you don't
Did-
mind having
Why
Wi-Fi.
go with
I
Glowforge
want-
when you can get a
I
K40
contacted
way cheaper?
Glowforge, see
Yeah.
what they can do, but
Yeah, but
we'll
a
see.
Glowforge is $2,500. You can get a K40.
No, you can get
for
it
$500.
under 2 if you buy the basic.
Yeah,
It's,
I have to
It's
look
like
at
eight-
see what
yeah.
they're offering,
No,
because
I have a K40,
Yeah.
and you can if you put there's a company in California called OM Tech.
yeah,
Mhm.
I actually they
Those are nice.
they are a reseller, but they make sure it's like perfect.
And
Yeah.
they give a warranty,
Yeah,
That's
so
nice.
you get 12 months warranty on the consumables. Oh no,
Mhm.
sorry, you get 6 months
Machine.
warranty on the consumables, and you get 12 months warranty on the overall machine.
Yeah.
Like
And it
and
comes with,
consumables, your tube and stuff like that.
Doesn't it come with the upgraded board?
yeah.
I can't think of the name of it right now.
Oh, the
Yeah.
mini gerbil,
The thing is I want
yeah.
something that is either
Hey.
the
massive
boiler.
or when I saw that Edge of Tech had his, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's really nice until you said the price. I said,
Yeah.
I'm not spending $6,000 on
Nah.
a Glowforge.
No, you don't need the Pro. I have the Plus
Actually,
before they.
I talked to Jim about that, and Jim said if I was going to get into a laser, to talk to him because he actually does not. He said there's better options out there for people like us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just too much. I mean,
If you want a no fuss, you can get a basic for 2,000, and it's a little under that, and it's 40 watt. It can do everything the Pro and Plus can. It's just a little bit slower, and it doesn't have the pass through slot. But it's, I mean, if you don't want to tinker and just want to use it, that's the best option, I think, right now.
the thing is,
Yeah, but-
I'm looking for surface area as well. That's
Yeah, if
what
you
I'm
want
looking
bigger
at.
area. Yeah.
That's
does
the
the Glowforge
that's what
come
the
with
major
chiller and everything?
What's that?
What's that?
Does the Glowforge come with the water chiller and everything?
No, you don't need one. It has, it's got liquid cooling inside of it.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
The only thing you need.
Oh no, that's the air purifier box that's on the
Yeah,
side.
If you don't have a way to vent out a window, you do need to buy a BOFA, or the Glowforge sells one that's about 1,000, but I wouldn't recommend it because I can fill one of those up after about 25, 30 hours of cutting, and they're $250 each for a replacement. So they're not good. I just vent it out the window.
Yeah, that's what I do with my K40.
Yeah.
Out the window.
You know, I think K40 is great for someone just starting out, but
Yep.
if I know that I'm going to go full in on this, so it's a little
Yeah.
bit different for me.
What
Because
the heck was that noise?
That was not me.
That was Dan spinning his
Yeah,
head.
that was Justin extruding plastic.
Nope, it's extruding just fine. Nice try, guys.
Or plastic
Yeah, FS
extruding
Laser, Boss Laser,
He
they're
stepped
good
on his
too.
cat.
Yeah.
You're looking for other options.
Well, you say Boss Laser?
Yeah, Boss Laser, FS Laser, which is full spectrum. If you can afford it, my
Full
favorite
spectrum.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are getting a little more. They got the Muse, I think it's called.
Or
That
you
one's
got
pretty good,
now,
but it's smaller. But Epilogue is like the gold standard if you can
if I was to spend
afford that.
what
Cohesion board, yeah, that was.
if I was to spend like what Edutech's price range was for that one that he
Yeah.
got, I might as well just go fiber.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spend 10
because
10
you're
grand.
in that fiber class now for that price.
Right.
So even
What did
even
he
if
get? I don't think I saw that one.
it's a Glowforge type machine.
No, you saw it, Greg. I showed it to you.
Oh, was it the one that I was that he did a review on?
You liked it because you could use it offline, but that was the only benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at that one, and yeah, I know it was similar price to the Pro, which is like I think 6,000 or something.
Yeah,
5 or
a fiber
6,000.
because even a 20-watt fiber can etch metal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's distinct imprint in metal, not like it's just a surface etch. I mean, it will actually go into it, But
Yeah.
I would go with a 30 at the minimum if I did.
Are you just looking to do metal? Because I mean.
No, I'm just saying if I was at that price point of what.
Yeah.
If I was above $4,000, I would just go fiber. So.
Yeah. Well, fiber's not as good with like the, like the wood and the other stuff
but
either.
you're
straight up.
I'll be doing metal straight up.
Yeah.
So, and they have a high run count in that laser, so it's lots of hours.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, fibers are way more industrial.
Yeah, alpha laser. What's an alpha laser?
Yeah, I've heard of alpha. Those are good too.
Yeah, I only knew of basically 3. Diode, CO2, and fiber.
Just go find a DVD read writer drive and make your own. No.
Well, that's actually how I got into
Blue laser.
Oh, I already got that here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember you were showing that off.
Yeah.
Yep.
It uses boards
that's
from
a
a CD-ROM drive for both axes. So.
Yeah, you
How
got to be
much
real
that set
careful
you
with
back?
those, though.
I used it once. It was like, okay, it's just not. It doesn't. The quality is horrible, and
Yeah.
it's cool.
More of a
there's
curiosity.
a guy, the laser guy online. He's been showing how much UV is actually put off by those,
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and it's insane.
Yeah.
yeah. It was just like a
Enough to get
something I
sunburned.
wanted to just try out, and it was $80. I was like, okay.
That's
it cost me
actually
more to
some of
build
the
it.
Yeah.
green laser pointers that you can buy. Just the regular laser pointer. If you chill them, or if you use them at around 36 to 38 degrees ambient temp, it turns into a UV laser.
Well, I saw people put them on ice cubes and
Yep.
chill them,
Mhm.
and then
Yep.
fire them. Yeah. Yeah. That's some bizarre stuff. Yeah. So
really
that's-
bad filtering in them.
So when Liam was asking about the 3-in-1s, I hate them.
Yeah.
I think
But
they're a waste.
I know, but we have room and space for multiple machines.
Yeah.
When someone doesn't have that space and they want to explore about the possibilities as
Yeah.
a beginner, they have a market, right?
I look at the, like what Llama said at the beginning. It's like, it's a CNC is industrial. It's meant to cut through and have resistance, as it's pushing through material.
But what they do with these is they're not designed for heavy materials.
No.
They're designed for plastics and soft woods, and it's very, very, very slow cutting. They're not, and they go down maybe 1 or 2 millimeters and do a layer.
Yeah.
And
Zolan's
Like an
leaving.
FPM.
Later, Zolan.
Later.
take care,
Bye,
Zolan.
Zolan.
Why so long?
They just don't. I mean, they can do it. Don't get me wrong, and it's cute and cool and everything, but practicality.
I've seen just everyone that's reviewed them, and I've seen them, from Kersey to anyone else that's, I was on Nary's stream. He was doing something, a 3-in-1 or 4-in-1. I mean, but he spent literally 4 hours just on the 3D printing nozzle. So it was like, I'm like, are you gonna switch? So, but when I see these 4-in-1s, something is always cut short of expectations. It's usually the three out of, and one works good.
Well, the latest one I was telling you about that just launched on Kickstarter, I think it's something like $350 that box on Kickstarter. And I think it's a 350 by 300 by 350 Z.
That's not too bad.
That's not a bad print, and it does single color, dual color, like it's got a Y 2-in-1 extruder, and it's Bowden's and fed, and it's got a single color, a dual color, so separate heads, CNC, and a diode laser.
Yeah, see, I would think that with I would like to get ideally a 4x8 CNC table.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the ideal size, I think, to do almost any project that you want. And that's where you could, I think that you should be able to use two, you can swap the heads, a 2-in-1, a laser and a CNC. And that's, to me, a 2-in-1 is a
and
good idea.
most do printers and laser, because you just stick the laser head on with a magnet, and you use your fan feed power, plug it in, and then by varying the speed of the fan, you're varying.
And that's what Creality does. So
a lot of others do it too.
Oh, I didn't. That's the first time I saw it. But when I look at, I believe in 2-in-1s. Anything above that, forget it. You know, I'm talking, with taking a CNC and throwing a laser on it. Done.
And that would that combination makes sense too.
Yeah,
Boiler
because
said his uncle just bought a snap maker. What does he think of it, Boiler? What does he think of the snap maker?
Things are kind of pricey, weren't they?
They are pricey.
$1,800.
Wow.
For the 350.
You should look in that.
I want to buy myself a regular printer, and that one costs $2.5.
That thing actually works really, really well.
Which one?
That hanging CNC where it can do a whole sheet of plywood.
The one that's driven by like strings, the rope one.
Yeah, it's
The one John Mack was showing off.
Yeah, John Mack has one.
Someone got burned on it. I was on a stream. Someone said that, but they made good with it. So,
yeah, they had some issues in the beginning getting everything set up properly.
Oh no, someone was buying it. Oh no, it was Sam. So it was on that stream with him. It was Jerry's stream that they were talking about it.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, that was actually a really good stream.
I know a few people that have gotten it, and they say, it's not perfect, but it loses details. You get out to the very edges of the sheet, but you're not going to touch anything that big for that kind of money. I mean, that thing's what, $300-$400, and you're done.
Yeah.
Plus the router. You got to buy your own router.
Yep.
Yeah. Do they have requirements on the type of router you use?
You're not going to touch that. Yeah, price range.
Do they have a requirement on the router?
Yeah, it's like the DeWalt, those real nice DeWalt routers.
Yeah,
I can't remember what they're called.
Okay, so you were talking about Glowforge, right? So because I was just on there yesterday, so that's all that shows up on my Facebook feed is Glowforge now.
Yeah, it's funny how that advertising works.
Yeah, so it's like.
But yeah, if you are going to buy one, let me know and I'll give you my referral code, and so will a million other people. But I think I can still sell two or more, a couple more. I've already helped people, about 3 people buy them. So you can go up to 5.
I think it's good to get into, it's just the size.
Yeah.
It's like, if I'm spending that much money,
I know.
Like I could, for $400 more, I could get Orion, with a bigger, with twice the print volume with a pass through. So, or etching volume. So, yeah, I need to turn off personalized ads. But sometimes I do like it because it hits where I'm like, okay, this is actually what I'm looking for. Something similar, but
what kind of printer Justin is building? Wow.
That's a Voron 2.4.
And I think he's got a leveling problem because it's not close enough to the bed.
No, that's okay.
Got a little of a spaghetti problem.
Yeah.
No, I'm tuning my extrusion.
See, he's not close enough. That's not how you tune your extrusion.
Yeah, he's air printing.
Doing the 100 millimeter test or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Air guitar.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a leveling problem.
So far, I've not had to to do that is measure my steps that
Good.
way with
Well,
I
good.
like the hot
100
end.
millimeters.
Yeah, I
hot end
do
is
that
on
for
That's
direct
the
drive. I do
that's
that.
the afterburner. If you look up the Voron
Yeah.
afterburner, you can mod it. It has mods now for the Bear and the Ender 3.
Anything
That is a
you guys
pretty
recommend
cool
for the
looking printer,
G-Tech?
though, man.
All right.
Ace Pro.
Does that have
Sorry.
an enclosure too?
Yeah, it will. Yes, the frame will be the enclosure as soon as I order the stuff. But right now,
What's it, Dominic? That a printer, CNC, and laser
we might
calibrator?
actually
Not
print it
really,
shortly.
because a printer, CNC, and laser all use the same X, Y, and Z axis. The laser doesn't use a Z axis, but a printer and CNC does. And if your axes are accurate movement, then it's the same. The only thing that would vary is on a printer you have your E steps, a CNC you have your rotational speed, and on a laser it's actually the
Focus.
intensity of the laser.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
that's
Dominic,
the only thing that would vary from one to the next, and you would
Dominic,
vary
that's-
those depending on what you're working on.
Yeah, Dominic, Justin is the creator of the spaghetti thing model on Thingiverse. So.
Thanks.
That's the sausage.
All right,
machine.
guys, I got to call tonight. So good
Yeah, same
chatting with
here.
everybody.
Yeah, what time is
Yeah,
it?
I said that 20
Good
minutes
night,
ago.
guys.
And then this guy
We talked
up
about
above me
lasers.
said,
I'm not
"Hey,
going
lasers."
anywhere. So
Yeah, Tripod, hit me up if you want to talk more on that. Let me know.
Yeah. I mean, as you know, I pretty well versed with it.
Yep.
So, but it's just
Yeah.
mm,
I know. I hear
you
you.
know, I got to get this thing monster out of my garage and get a trailer. So that's probably what's going to be bought first. So, all right, later, everyone.
We'll
Take
see
care.
you guys. Bye-bye.
yeah.
See you. Ciao.
Bye. Okay, so I just got notice I have another system on the way.
Oh, lucky you.
It's a CNC.
All right. Still lucky you.
So Dan, you know what's really funny?
What?
Me and you are usually the most vocal ones, and we've been the most quiet tonight.
I was wondering. I was wondering what's going on because you are so quiet, Llama.
Are you ill?
I mean, those guys are going on, and there was no time. There was no opening.
But that's okay. That's what we're here to share, right? It's
They
all
were
fun.
talking about cool crap. So,
And we've had a good group of people hanging out. Not always on screen, but people watching. We've had a steady flow of people all evening. I think we
All
got
right.
24.
Liam, make me big. This is going to be the first print.
Make you big.
No, this is going to be the first attempt.
Oh, that sounds.
Make him big.
No, I wouldn't
Here we
do
go.
It's
Here we
the
go.
first attempt.
that. He got the stop off his wife.
I'm so excited.
What's going to burn? What's going to smoke?
Okay,
Yeah, everybody watch out. Anybody
No,
got
it's going to take it a minute or two. So
guys, this is where
You got your fire extinguisher ready?
right,
That's what I was going to say. Somebody get the fire department on speed dial.
guys, we've heard Justin talk about building printers. Here's the proof is in the pudding. We'll find out if you can actually do it or not.
Yep. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure if my happy ass is printing for the first print on stream, you guys will give me just as much flack.
oh hell,
Of course we would. You know better than that to even ask that question.
Oh, I know. That's why I said I
How we
was.
know
I'm
it's
pretty
actually his hand, not somebody else's hand doing it.
true.
We don't see his face.
I know. Do not wish that on him, Travis.
Smoke.
We don't want any.
That better? My face in the printer. Kind of hard to see.
Underneath, go underneath, see if you can get a tattoo on it.
Your Z offset. Put your face down and print on your cheek.
Right?
Yeah. Did you guys see it's basically a 3D printer, but it does tattoos. You guys seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Bed's
I said,
heating.
wow.
So it's really cool. The bed, it tells me how much power it's shoving to the bed. It's not shoving the full 100%, only about 60% to get to the temperature.
Did you 3D print all of those cable chains yourself, or did you buy them?
Now, those are purchased cable chains.
All right. How much did you pay for them?
I don't know.
We'll find
Not
them.
much, like $30.
Fire, fire, fire. Woo.
Can someone mute him?
Dude, I gotta say, I love the
Maybe
looks of
$40.
the freaking the hot ends on those are like one of the best looking designs ever. Even if it's not the best design, they're the best looking design.
Yeah, I think so.
It's very
that's why I
organized.
So how close is the temp?
Bed's almost to 65. Hot end has not begun heating yet. I don't know why, but
Go in there and do tune and set the temperature yourself.
It's gonna let me.
And you should have set the firmware to heat all of them together.
Yes, I understand.
I hate when it heats the bed and then the hot end heats later. I understand the reasons behind
waste
it.
of time.
Well, no, I understand the reasons behind it. The reason behind it do that is the bed often takes longer to heat and they don't want the filament baking in the hot end.
That and a lot of power supplies.
Oh, now it's heating on it. It's heating. So
Yeah.
it heats the bed first, and that's fine. All my other printers do that. So,
But you can turn that off. You can actually make it heat all of them
and I
together.
understand that, but because of the size of the bed, if I'm running a 100C bed in an enclosure, I don't need to heat the extruder because I have thermal expansion to mess with.
Oh, do you see what Travis said? It must be you were printing the Air SCL.
He's funny on things. What do you guys think of things? I'm really not liking it. The more I play with it, I don't like it.
I haven't used it that much.
You can't upload it. It's like to upload a multi-part item. Like I uploaded Geary, and there's like 10 parts. You have to upload them all separate, and then you got to go into your account and into the like advanced area to reattach them all together to make them one thing. It's really freaking stupid backwards.
Thingy Universe, you can load all at once.
Yeah, like anywhere else, you just upload them all and they group them together and they say, "Here's your item."
If this works, I'll take a picture or take a video, and I'll get my serial.
Individual models. And there's no
Serial as in cornflakes
or heating
photos.
Yeah, AstroPrinter does have that option, Dominic. It doesn't do it by default, but you have an option.
Stabilize. Here we go. It's doing stuff. Woohoo!
And Idea Maker has the option as well to heat.
I need to get Idea Maker set up for this.
Yeah.
But the problem is no one has a profile, so I have to completely build it myself.
Well, you just have to you just take an existing machine that's similar in size and change it.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, you can take any Core XY and run from there. You know, you'll have to adjust it for the machine, but it'll work generally.
You might want to consider using some graphite on those drive chains, the powdered graphite.
Yeah.
Because they are a bit stiff in movement. If you add the powdered graphite,
Give me a link. Shoot me a link in private.
Oh, you can buy it in your local hardware store. You go in and ask them for powdered graphite. They use them on windows and stuff and so just go to Home Depot. They'll have it. It's a little powder, and just put a little bit on each joint and move it a little bit to work it in.
You can just take a number 2 pencil and scrape it with a utility knife.
You could do that too, but that's way more. That's 10 times more work.
Huh? The heater turned itself off. Extrude below minimum temp. What the hell?
You got an error?
My baby's stepping it.
You might have a contact problem.
No, it's not the hot end. It's when I went to adjust my Z, it
freaked out.
Yeah, it did.
At least it didn't make a whole bunch of noise. Oh, no,
right. I need to get someone. Hold on. I need to get a better start G code.
Yeah. But you also get that powdered graphite. You can use it as
right.
You use the derby cards, but you can also use it on windows that are a little bit stiff. You can get, and you put it in there and actually even freeze them up an awful lot.
pulling plates, or beds forward to scrape plastic. All right, now I've got to look at my macros and see what's going on. Print start. That's why I needed it. I need to use G2. But didn't do its QGL. Huh. Oh, I know why. Hold on. I have to tell it to do that. Cura, I hate.
Why you hate Cura? Cura's good.
I hate Cura.
Cura is good for some machines.
I gotta figure out how to tell it to
I
put
know.
G code in.
Cura's fine. They're all fine.
The pre and post G code for the printer, you put into the machine settings.
Okay, there it is. Yep. Print. So we're gonna go.
They all have their little finicky things.
Yeah.
30.
I use Idea Maker for some stuff, and I like that I can actually, you can kind of program Idea Maker. You can actually use variables and all this, a lot of variables in there in the G code, and like the tool changer and so on. So I've done my the IDEX one I used Idea Maker for that, and I got way better prints than I did with Cura.
Well, Idea Maker was originally designed around using an IDEX printer.
Yes, it was. Yes,
it's always going to do that better.
So I'll do it again with the other one the new one I have, the new IDEX I just got. So I'll do it with that one as well. I'll basically take the same profile, and I'll just tweak the settings to make it match.
That's the thing about Idea Maker. Everyone thinks they need a special printer profile. The printer profile for Idea Maker is bed size, maximum heat, height, how good a hot end.
Yeah, it's actually filament profile is a big one in Idea Maker.
Yeah, your filaments are all your adjustables.
Yeah, so that's true. And Cura, it's not. It's kind of like that, but it is very filament centric.
That's the only problem I have with Cura. Every time I create a profile and I save it, it saves it. But then I do another profile, it saves it too. But when I go then back to the original one, it changed over to the second one.
Yeah.
It like copy each other. I don't know why. So
I've never had that happen.
Or I maybe do something wrong. Maybe
you must be, because I've done lots of profiles on Cura without any problems like that. But
I'm still getting all used to the settings. I mean,
well, there's 1,001 options in there, and each of those options have 5 setting up or more available, right? Yeah. So it's like saying you know everything to do with a CAD application. No one does. It's like saying I know Photoshop, everything in Photoshop. There's no way.
No.
I have a software that I use for astrophotography, right? And this one piece of software, I think most people out on the planet use about 2 or 3, maybe stretch 5% of the features in it.
Yeah. What the good and bad thing about Cura is it has multiple settings for the same setting. Like you can do your walls, you can do by actual dimension, or you could do them by shell count.
The number of shell count, yeah.
Yeah, and people don't realize you do one or the other. You don't do both.
yeah, because if you do one, it will overwrite the other.
Right.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't show them both, because like if you do shell count but you don't change the actual measurement, it'll give you weird errors or do weird crap. You have to delete it from your list of, or change the number along with it. Like,
I haven't found that, because I've found when you do one thing, it actually forces the other to update.
Never forced it. It always comes up with an error for me and says I got.
I haven't seen that. So what, Chris? What happened? Like your sword in the injection slot? They do say that it does that.
Yeah, he lives in America or in the UK?
In America. He's in Canada, actually, I believe.
All right. Yeah, I had to fix one of my printer broke down. So I had to.
I like Cura.
I like Idea Maker for mechanical parts. It does a fantastic job with mechanical parts.
Yeah.
Cura is good for general printing, but if you want really good
Lithophanes.
prints, and it uses a lot of logic when it's printing, and even when it's printing parts, it thinks about the path of the head when it leaves the part, and when it's like when I'm like in the IDEX when it's changing filaments, changing from one head to the other, it actually thinks about how to move stuff to get it out of the way before bringing in the next head.
Yes.
The next color. It uses logic down there. I like that.
Yeah, Idea Maker does, yep. It'll drag it over a part too, unless you tell it not to avoid.
Well,
strain.
they all do that, and there's little tick boxes say that. But they also
No, I know, but I mean, like when the head changes, Idea Maker will drag it across the print to the shortest point to its rest stop. Unless you tell it you don't want to. So you can tell it not to do it on the top surface.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Or you just
that way it lowers the strain and crap.
Yeah, it's either that or you do Z hop over printed area, and that way you make sure you don't touch it.
I hate Z hop.
I don't mind it. It depends on what.
I don't like Z hop either.
Makes more of a mess than it does good.
Yeah, on lithophane it's really useless. I mean.
Yeah, well, you don't on lithophane. You don't want any Z hop on lithophane.
Unless you do a flat one. But the flat ones don't come out really good in quality, I think.
Sometimes I like that
way.
look, though. You get that posterized look when you do them flat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like that look, depending on what the part is.
Oh,
whatever your cup of tea is.
What are you referring to, Lama?
What?
What are you referring to? The posterized.
You get if you do your lithophane flat on the bed instead of standing up.
Yes.
You get less color changes. It's less accurate. You get that posterized look.
Oh, all right.
You shine a light through it. You get, it's not a grayscale. It becomes 250.
It's like a matte color, almost like a matte feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives it a weird. Like I did, Boondock Things. I did a poster in a lithophane for my brother, and I did one standing up, and I did it laying down, and it actually looked better laying down because it gave it that kind of cartoony kind of, it just gave it that look. Which he actually I liked it better too. I thought it looked better.
The only thing when it's flat, I think you have to watch out for stringing.
Yeah, but again, you don't use Z hop. You tell it to be very, it's got to use logical paths, which Idea Maker is generally better for. I'm finding lately it's got a few things.
But you think of Prusa?
I don't see. I can't get Prusa to. Prusa annoys me too much because it keeps wanting to control crap I don't want it controlling.
I don't use Prusa Slicer. I've used Idea Maker more and more recently. And Cura. I know I'm really good with Cura. I can get fantastic profiles with Cura. If I have a machine to play with and do some testing and so on, I can get really high quality clean prints, right? Like everything that I have here behind me, these are all Cura prints.
Yeah.
Right? And I get some really good quality prints out of it. But because I'm getting more and more requirement for IDEX, Idea Maker is perfect for it because it's designed for IDEX. There's a little tick box to say it's an IDEX printer. Tick, you're done. It knows how to handle it, right? So I much prefer that. And mechanical parts, it does really, really, really clean prints.
Yeah. I just don't Prusa Slicer. If I had a Prusa printer, I'd use Prusa Slicer, no question about it. It's
because there's optimized profiles in there.
You don't have to do anything. You select your printer, and it's all set.
Yeah.
But for outside printers, it's just the whole fan control is obnoxious. The entering, it just drives me absolutely batty insane that it's this old. I mean, Slicer has been around longer than Cura almost. And it's still, to this day, when you go to enter a new printer, you enter your X and Y. There is no Z. You got to finish your whole profile and then go back into it and set your Z height. It'll automatically just set it at 200.
Now there's people out there who love S3D, and I understand people who love S3D, but S3D hasn't had updates in years. It's already out of date.
Oh, it's out of date every time they update
Not that I don't like variable settings. It's that I want to do the varying of my fan settings. I don't want it to slow down when it wants to slow down and speed up when it wants to speed up because, it's a little bit longer path, so it decides to slow the fan down. And it's always
I understand, but it's not that. I don't like it because they're making you pay for something and then they don't take care of it.
I was talking about Prusa Slicer.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, SPD. Cura has already left S3D in its dust.
No,
they are so out of date.
The thing about S3D, other than Idea Maker, it's still one of the best supports. Prusa Slicer, their new support system, still sucks.
I haven't used Prusa, but
under it. Cura supports are the absolute worst.
I like Cura supports. I have no problem.
I like the tree support
everywhere, or you got to go in there with their stupid blockers, which makes no sense to me. It's just
you have custom supports in Cura. You have custom supports in Cura.
You have like 4 different support systems in Cura.
Yeah, I never got tree supports to work.
It works. I've used it.
I love it.
It comes out really nice to print.
They always fall over. They're too small or too big.
At first, maybe, but not anymore. It's not like that now. Maybe like when it was beta, yes, but now their tree supports is solid, and their general supports are good. The only one thing I would change in Prusa, or not Prusa, in Cura, that is not yet available in that is available in S3D, is choosing the direction your supports are laid.
Yeah.
If I could say I want my supports to do it at X angle, Cura would be the ultimate. It doesn't have that.
That's what I thought too.
To get that.
You don't touch the build plate. The ornament or whatever you're making itself. Because I hate when my support touches my whatever I'm making, because this is just more to clean up, and also it leaves kind of like a scar behind,
Yeah.
There's a way to cure that though, and the way to cure that is to do your support interface, to tweak your support interface settings.
Okay.
And you can get rid of those scarring. Now, or the other option is to use, if you have more than one extruder, is to print dissolvable material just at the support interface.
Yeah, but now you're talking about a dual head unit.
And if you do that, then you get a perfect finish, and you just stick it in water for a few minutes, and it melts away.
You got to have a dual head unit to do that.
I thought about to buy a G-Tech A30T because I thought about just to have dedicate one machine just to make statues and ornaments and all that type of things.
Yeah, and, but that's a 3-in-1, isn't it?
No. It's a T is a triple one. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 3 extruders, 1 printhead.
3 extruders, 1 nozzle.
But the downside with that is you can only print all the materials you print need to be able to print at the same temperature.
Yeah.
So you can't do ABS.
For what?
When you have three extruders and a single nozzle, unless you go in and edit the G code and
like my palette, I can run PETG and PLA. I just tell it it's PETG, and every time it changes, it's adjusted.
That's what I mean. That's a lot more complex than most people understand, right? Unless you tweak the G code like that. But if you don't do that, when you have the 3-in-1, like the G-Tech, what is it, the 30T you're talking about, Matt?
Yeah.
When you do that, then you only got one hot end, and so you have to wait to heat it up, and you have to wait to cool it down between the materials. You have to put a pause in there while it does the change. Otherwise, you're going to run into issues either being too hot or too cold on the hot end. So it's easier. Like you could do PLA and or high temp PLA and PVA as a support material.
Why is it
I thought about to do two different colors, and then, like you said, the support system that I can
Yes,
put them in
hold it,
water
Cam.
and then it dissolves.
Yeah, well,
So-
but PVA is very expensive filament.
Well,
it's
how
pricey.
much support I'm gonna use? I mean, not much. I mean, I should get at least out of one roll maybe 10 items out of it, or maybe more.
Well,
It depends how big I get printed. I guess if I printed all the 40 centimeters or 400 mil, what it can build upwards, and 300 wide, then I can, suppose use quite a lot of support if it's big.
Yeah, I've heard of that, Michael. That someone actually used a magic marker.
Well, it's printing something.
But you have to constantly watch them when they're doing that. But yes, I've heard of it being done.
Yeah, I see the 3D printer actually where you can exchange the markers, or it has like 10 different or 12 different markers on it. You can select the colors you want, and also the markers they have on the end, like a plug, so you actually can put the liquid color in and ink, and then put it on. But you only can use white filament on it.
There we go.
And
Well,
then
you're speaking of. Do I have it here?
You're talking about the multicolor printer.
yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's printingable.
Looks
No,
like
it's
cheese.
printing the boron cube.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yep. Look at that thing.
Look, it skipped a step.
Woohoo.
How fast? How fast?
I
is
don't
it?
know. This one is 20. This one's about 40. It's saying 43, 33. It tells me exactly how fast it's going.
It's probably. It looks. That's more than 40, I guess.
Yeah, it looks more like 60
I also
or
haven't
70.
lubricated my rails because I lost my EP2.
You got a duet on that, right?
No, it's a dual SKRs.
Oh. Let's say the duet will tell you the speed it's doing at any given time.
And are you using 2208s or 2209 steppers?
2209s.
Okay. And what board is it?
Dual SKRs running Octoprint, or not Octoprint, Clipper. So Clipper's the Raspberry Pi is actually controlling it.
Oh, okay.
I gotta figure out how to get my light to aim on it. There we go.
It is 8
Now
o'clock.
we-
You can piss off the neighbors. I'm going to go make some noise. Let me mute this. Sorry.
Oh.
How is it? Oh, it's
It's like my
20.
neighbor.
That looks good. How's the layers looking? How clean?
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a few layers.
Yeah, but do they look smooth or are they
I
rigged?
see a bump on there, a little
Yeah, well,
bubble.
first print. Give me a break.
No.
Yeah, I'm not giving you my time right here. I'm doing.
I mean, it's basically
still
quiet.
doing a good job.
Yeah, let me angle this up just.
How 4 mil or 5 mil?
Point for what?
0.4.
4 mil or 5 mil for what?
Layer or what? What
Point,
you using?
0.2.
0.2, really?
Two.
It looks bigger. You have a good camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Sony A6000.
Are you using and you're using 1.75, right?
Yep.
Because if that can print that fast,
Oh,
I would look at going to 3 mil.
Nah. No, I'm running a Slice Magnum.
Oh,
Yeah, but you get more
So I
detail
can-
the smaller you get, I think.
Right?
say that again, Matt.
The smaller you basically print, that's the finer the detail will be. I
Yeah,
believe.
but no, I was saying if with the speed of the printer, if you go with a larger filament, you
Yeah.
can get 1.75 and 2.85 filament.
Yeah.
And at
That's pretty good.
2.85, even though there's less of a selection of it out there, it actually you actually get a little bit more value actually on them, and because it's a larger diameter filament that you're pushing through the same nozzle, you can push more plastic because it's designed to melt plastic faster because you can push more through it. So you can do better at higher speeds. You can get more material out at higher speeds.
Hey, highlight tripod's comment, will you?
Yeah. Show me. I thought I hit it already. Where is it? Sorry, what's on? There you go.
Somebody else's complete moron video.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's all a conspiracy.
I think so.
Can I show you guys my latest work?
The world is flat.
Here, well, she'll bring up. I'll switch you around. Oh, let me show Matt's latest work, and then we'll come back to the print.
That's fine. Layers look good.
I'm gonna actually get going. Oh, that looks cool.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
You like that?
Yeah, I think that's one of my best pictures I made. And this one.
That's pretty cool.
Somebody said it looks like the city's on fire, but
it kind of does.
It's just a coloration, but
on that note,
actually, a city does look like this. But
all right, well, we'll be wrapping up here any moment anyway because I need to. I'm up at 4:15 in the morning.
Yeah, I was this
I
morning.
can't believe I'm the first print here.
Well,
Anyway,
we're going to watch your first print to see how it turns out, Justin, and then we'll wrap it up.
This is it's got another. It's not a quick print. I can move to my channel.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we'll leave it on for a while. I don't mind. I'm not going to take care, Lama.
I'm running Cura. I will run it to Idea Maker, but I think it's running a little fast on the infill, which is not a big deal.
Well, all you have to do in Slicer is up the infill speed rate. Feed rate.
I will.
Yeah.
Right now, this is literally the first print. I'm going to let it print, and then I'm going to go after. I probably need to tune my multiplier anyway.
See you, Travis.
Don't forget, I'm on here tomorrow night, okay? At about 6:30 to do a live unboxing.
All
I'm
right,
going to get the other IDIC set up. Are you going, Dan?
I'm going also in a second.
Oh, okay, Matt.
I
It looks
just
like
want
we're
to
being
show you
abandoned.
this, my tucked. Oh no, if you want to stay on, I mean, I have time. So
Yeah,
this
well,
is my
I'm
tactile
maybe
picture.
for
What I
tomorrow
did for
more.
the blind.
I'm going to see how. Yeah, I still don't think that's going to work for tactile. Because it doesn't give enough. Like, close your eyes and feel it yourself. Does it feel like it's out to you?
I mean, I'm anyway blind with my hands, so.
Well, I'm just saying, if you can't discern the detail with your hand, then it won't work for the people who are blind.
No, I can't.
Let me show you.
I can't identify
Look at
shapes
this.
with my hands.
Look,
I'm not that
okay,
good.
look here.
Sorry.
See the way they stand out?
Yeah, they're
That's
at least
very, very
4
high.
mil.
Look at it in profile. You can see how high it is, right?
Yeah, I tried
That's
that.
tactile. If you don't have most of that image is fairly flat, and you need to have big contours. You need to over exaggerate stuff a little bit to make it tactile, and that's why. And I don't know if your software can do that, but if you over exaggerate the relief of it, right?
Yeah.
So instead of being a flat, it's curved, and then the ridges are deeper, and all that is what shows up.
I think I have to call to Luchin then.
Yeah, talk to you. You said you had people that you were working with that were sight impaired.
Yeah.
And I would work with those. I would get them to try it out.
That's why I did some test samples. So
I know, but I would say to them, see, the problem is a lithophane doesn't transcribe well into a tactile image.
It's too much information.
It's not only too much information. It's about there's not enough variation in the surface to be discernible by touch.
Yeah,
they'll
because
feel
your fingers are too
shape.
big.
No, they'll feel shape. They'll feel texture. They won't be able to tell the shape of the texture that much. even though their hands are very sensitive to stuff like that, they won't. It's harder for them to discern the depth, the contours, unless they're exaggerated somewhat. Because like if you touch like a sculpture of a dog or a horse, whatever it is, you can feel its shape. You can feel the muscle of the leg because it's carved around it, right? You can feel the muscle in the hindquarters because it's carved, or it's actually there's a big variation between the body and so on, right? And the same for the head and up along the mane and the neck. That variation is what's needed for tactile. Like
What I thought about to
like this.
actually
Look at this. Look here. See the variation on that? You can easily see, like if I tilt it, let me turn on the light, you can see how much of a shadow is created across it.
yeah, use a little bit higher certain parts, but
It's much
I
higher,
don't see
and that
much
makes a
difference
difference.
in it because it's a crater. Craters are come in different sizes.
I know,
I
but
mean,
that's the same. I think you need to make the relief higher
yeah,
and more contour in the surface detail.
yes, I agree. That's what I'm trying to do too. But
Yeah.
next thing what I'm gonna try is I can take this picture basically, you know, the picture of the dog, what I cut out of the regular picture with other software, and then I took that cutout picture and put it in the relief. And what I'm gonna do then is don't make the borders for it, just create the STL file for it, and then do another relief picture and then put that image on top of the relief, because then it gets higher. That's what I recognized.
Or
It's a little bit more work, but Lou's
or
program
I don't
doesn't
know,
do that
that
right
might
now.
work. I'd like to see what it looks like. Or the other option is carve it out in wood on the CNC machine if you can first to
I don't
use
have
something
one.
to vary it. Okay, but if you knew someone who did, and then scan that in, and then 3D print that, because then you would have a template to base it off of.
Yeah, but the template I basically can get rid of it afterwards because I have already then a scan of it.
Yeah, and what I'm saying, but you'd have to create a more contoured, tactile friendly base. You could probably do it in software. It would be harder. Well, it wouldn't be harder, but you could probably do it. Or what you could do is take your STL into something like into one of the molding
program. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then mold it in there to highlight and accentuate and over accentuate, and then print it afterwards.
Yeah,
That would probably
they
work.
have a cookie cutter in there. It's called.
Sorry?
And also can a cookie cutter, I think it's called, because you can take there's in Luban a program inside. I think it's called cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Or cutter program, and
well, that
with
hollows
this
out.
one, yeah, but
You'd have to see what it looks like. Try it and see. But
yeah, maybe
yeah, because I do a lot with the
the
blind. I've done a lot with them, and
yeah, that's why I'm asking you.
yeah, the tactile stuff is to get it right is hard. Like I did multiple iterations of these hemispheres and stuff to get it right. So I would play with it, but make sure you have someone to work with. It's you might get you. What is the software? What's the modeling software? Justin, Dan, one of you. What is the
Fusion or SolidWorks?
No. For modeling, not engineering parts, but if you're modeling stuff like clay modeling, but you want to do it on a computer.
What the hell is that?
Blender.
Remember.
Blender.
Chelsea uses it all the time. I know she does when she makes her stuff. ZBrush.
Blender or ZBrush.
Or Blender, yeah.
Yeah. So Blender or ZBrush, if you took the image in there, like the STL in there, and then highlight some of the areas and shape it differently, like curve it more, then print it. So it wouldn't be a lithophane, but it would become tactile. Because you're trying to do a tactile lithophane. You want to do either tactile or lithophane. I don't think you can get to 2 in 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think it's possible, and I will try and see what I come up with.
The only way to do it, what you're trying to do, is to do
because I want that to be pleasing for
and then
both,
hollow it out at the back. You do tactile and hollow the back, and that becomes harder, but it might be possible. I'm not sure, but for your initial stages, you should do one or the other. And if you want to do tactile, then go tactile and use ZBrush or Blender to make it tactile and like the STL, and see if you can get out what you want out of it. But I don't know how artistic you are when it comes to stuff like that. But that's probably the better way, or even find an artist who's willing to work with you.
I use Designer Spark Mechanic.
Sorry?
I use Designer Spark Mechanic.
That's for mechanical parts, so that won't do molding. Like clay molding. It does clay modeling?
No, but you can create stuff in there. It's really easy.
Okay, well, I haven't used it, but if you can do it that way, then maybe.
Because I can put an item inside like an STL file and then raise certain profiles on certain areas if I wanted to. And
that's an idea, old curmudgeon. He said if you do clear PLA for tactile, and put it and then attach that over to a lithophane and attach the clear PLA, glue it to the lithophane, so when someone shines a light behind it, it's a lithophane, but when someone touches it, they feel the tactile on top of it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Oh, I didn't know you were trying to. So it's 2 separate prints.
This is my first step right here. You see,
and that's the lithophane version, yeah.
Because here I'll show you. Hold on, camera.
Yeah, I know
because it's almost.
Yeah,
so, and if you turn it around, one is negative and one is positive.
No, I understand that. We're just trying to find a solution for you, but you have to learn the tactile side of it.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I do think I have to raise it more, at least by 2 mil, maybe 3 mil. So I have maybe a 5 mil height of it.
Well, but make sure the plastic is no higher than 3 millimeters, because if it's thicker than 3 millimeters, it gets too dark for lithophanes.
Depends how much light you shine through. I mean, of course, with lithophane, most people put a light behind it. So instead of a regular light, what you use for regular lithophane, you put a stronger light bulb with more lumens behind it. Then it works too. Because you need to increase the lumens to create the picture, so it comes through.
Oh, I understand that. I'm just saying we're just trying to find a solution that works. So I would say, if you're not artistic about modeling and shaping stuff, if it's not your thing, see if you could find somebody who is an artist, who is a modeler, a 3D modeler, that's willing to work with you, that will over accentuate some of the features in an STL that you bring into the system, and they'll tweak it, and make it thin so the light will pass through it. But then, you then add, or they make the model of the clear model and that goes on top, and then you do the lithophane in the background, and you glue one to the other to create the overall effect. So it is tactile, but it's also a lithophane in the background.
Yeah.
You need to team up with somebody.
Also, you can do a third layer of it with a color backing of it.
You'd have to put the color backing behind the lithophane.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
What I'm doing right now.
Yeah. So you could go that route, but I would say try and find someone who is a modeler, like a clay modeler who does our 3D modeler.
Yes, he does that.
Like fluidic models, like people and stuff. And
he works with Blender.
He
works with Blender. His program is Blender. He swears by this.
That's who you need to work with.
Yeah, and he's local to me. So
yeah, So that's who you get work with to do the three-dimensional aspect of it, and they need to exaggerate some areas, because then it will actually feel, you can actually feel the shape.
Yeah.
And that's probably what you're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Also, one of my printer went down, and I'm looking to upgrade the hot end on it.
I'm
But
gonna
I
be
don't know
standing
to
right in
what
front of
with
the
the
camera.
GTEC
So.
A30 Pro.
Well, if you're getting if it's under warranty, if you don't get it word in now,
I did
today,
already.
okay, because they have to ship out before Friday. Because as of Friday, they're on vacation for a week in GTEC.
Oh, I
Because
can
it's
wait
Chinese
for
New
it.
Year.
I can wait.
I'm just saying it's Chinese New Year.
Yeah,
GTEC are only shutting down for 5 days. Most companies are shutting down for 2 weeks. But GTEC are only doing 1 week.
Wow.
But the national holiday in China for Chinese New Year is a 2-week break. All companies and so on will shut down for 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's a national holiday. It's the biggest holiday there is in China. So
It is. It's the largest holiday here. That and Fall Festival.
I
I
just
mean, something
submitted my serial request.
100 million people travel to different cities and all that
Not
to
at
visit
the
family
moment.
members.
Not at the moment because of COVID.
All right. Yeah, it's understandable.
You always come in late, Ron. Do you want to join the conversation? If you want, let me know. You should find a link there. If not, I can repost it. But you always seem to come in near the end of the stream.
Yeah, Ron.
Well, I can spin one up and just sit here in the side of the room while this prints.
It's good right now.
Yeah, it looks really good. Let me put the light back on it. Hold on.
Oh, by the way, Ron and anyone who else is still on, tomorrow night probably at about 6:30, I'll post a link later on. I'm going to be doing a live unboxing and setup of the Guido X40 IDEX machine. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to start early because it's live unboxings take time. So I'm going to be starting early tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening at about 6:30 or so Eastern is when I'll start. So if anyone wants to come in and join, you're welcome to come in and watch it and give input and ask questions. Because some of you probably saw the IDEX one I did a few weeks ago, which is the RSC from JG Maker. This other one was also Kickstarter and was released the same time, around the same time. There's about a couple of weeks in difference in them, and they've just started shipping of their IDEX. So this is their first batch.
I made another bottle the other day.
Which one? Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
Yeah. Yeah, because my neighbor laughed. She saw what I was doing. I posted, and she goes like, "Oh, I like your Captain Morgan bottle." I said to her, "You want it?" And she said, looks at me, and yeah, do you want money for it? And I said, no, it's because it had one flaw in it, so I gave it to her. And yeah.
Well,
but there was other reason behind it.
you should at least recoup the cost.
Yeah,
of the
I had a different motive, if you get my drift.
Yeah. He's trying to say that he's trying to say he likes his neighbor.
Yeah, but I don't know. You shouldn't, kind of crap in your own backyard. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the decision you'll have to make. That really applies to work.
Yeah. You see this one. This one was my first print what I was doing, and I did only 2 mil layer. This one was 2.5 mil. No, this one was 2.5 mil, and this one was 3 mil, and then this one was 4 mil.
4 mil is a very that's a very tall high layer.
Yeah, because the thing keeps collapsing on me because I don't use any support the roof, and I go really slow. And even though my fan blows on 150%, it's not fast enough.
You know what you do? You know what you do to cure that?
Yeah.
Cut a hole in the bottom of it and then use 3 supports.
Yeah.
If you take out a gap in the bottom to put the light inside in it, right, and then use
Yeah.
3 supports, the 3 supports will not be on, will come off the bed and come up and support the roof, and you can print on it. Yeah, you're doing a solid base. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Make a hole there so the light shines up through it better. And by doing
But it's
that,
nicer, I think.
well, I'm saying if you want to get it so you get better support with thin layers, make the hole in the bottom and use 3 supports. Or option number 2, slice the part into 2 pieces. The very base of it is part 1, and you print it independently. And then where the Coke can sides start going up straight, that's part 2, and you print that separately, and then do them 3 supports off the bed to support the very top, and then glue the top and the bottom together.
Yeah, I thought about because I can create 3 support while I'm building.
Yeah,
the
Stan
thing,
causing trouble.
Yeah.
and then cut out the bottom, like you said. So.
Well, I'm just saying, so if you do a plain, if you do a plain slice, just take off the bottom layers, the bottom, the base of the can shape, and then print that on its own, and then print where the Coke can sides go straight. Print them separately. Oh, broken nozzle.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
I had the problem from the beginning with this one because it always started leaking. That's why
Why
it's so
don't you just
messy.
go buy one on Amazon? You'll have it delivered in 2 days.
Really? Yeah, but it's still under warranty, so and this.
Yeah,
fan
but I don't
need to
think
replace.
warranty covers the hot end like that.
Really? Oh, wow.
And it's like if your printer is down and you want to use it, like just go order one on Amazon. They only cost maybe what, $5 or $8 or $10?
No, 15 quid. 15 quid.
Even then, for $15, you'll have it delivered with it. You'll have it in your hand within a week.
Yeah, yeah. Good idea. Have a look. I get paid
And,
in
and
the next
if
couple
and if
days,
GTEC agree to cover it under warranty, you get a spare. No harm, no foul. You use one, you get one faster, because you could be waiting a month to get it out to get it shipped from China.
Yeah, I know. Especially
Whereas-
with the holidays now.
And the holidays, you'll be waiting a month and a half, maybe 2 months. But if you get it on Amazon, you'll have it delivered within a week, and you're good to go. And then you always have a spare because if they support it under warranty.
No.
It's-
Now
like-
have a look.
Like I've changed some of my hot ends to all metal hot ends, and
Why
Hey,
you
Dan.
print with wood?
so I changed mine to all metal hot ends, and I keep the old ones as a fallback because it's always good to have spares, right?
Yeah, actually, also what I do with I have 3 printers right now working, and I changed out the nozzle on this one. Come on, this one with a smaller type MK8, and it's like 1 mil short, so I had to re-level my bed on that one. That's why my leveling on this side is kind of crap.
Well, you always have to
do it
re-level.
Next
You always have to
time I know what
re-level.
to do.
Matt,
Yes.
when you change a nozzle, you always have to re-level.
Yeah.
If you take a nozzle out
I know.
and put the same one back in, you still have to re-level. It never goes back in the exact same spot.
Yes, exactly. I know that. And this one has the regular standard nozzle on it, and so I kind of compare the pictures to the 2 nozzles because I put a fresh one in here, and this one was basically perfect level because I screwed the same one in and it fit perfectly, and I did a
No.
level test and it was perfect. And
Okay, you got lucky. I think you
I'm
got
mostly lucky
because
like that.
in the hot end, you get melted plastic. It will always
Yeah.
interfere with the nozzle going back into the exact same spot. So you got lucky.
Yeah, but I do it while it's hot, really hot.
Yes. Dan's at it, and it's not a very rolly chair. I think he's dragging the chair. I think the wheels are
Yeah, it's because I'm on really rough concrete. Sorry.
We're just
I
giving
need
you
to
a
get
hard
a
time.
chair that has aired up wheels.
Yeah, you could do your tweaking of the offset or do baby stepping to fix that as well. Yes, you could. You need to get a hover chair, Dan.
Yes.
A hover chair. Here you go. I have an old one and I have one new one left, but I don't want to take this one out.
Dan, he is printing the Voron Cube because he's just finished and setting up. This is his first print on his new self-built
printer.
Voron printer.
Big old printer. Small
not that
print
big.
on a big print.
I've seen bigger.
You would.
What's the build area on that?
350 by 350 by 500.
Other than the Z, my Ender 5 Plus does that.
Yeah. But does it do it this well out of the box?
Oh, my print's great. That's my go-to.
Yeah, this will be my go-to. I'm going to probably sell my Rays and maybe sell one of my Pruses.
You see the difference?
Yeah, there is
size?
a difference. Yeah.
In size, it's at least this one at least is 1 mil short almost.
So,
I can't drop the specs, Daniel. I'm not on Facebook.
And the thickness is
Well,
of course
great.
different, but the screw types it's the same. And
I know, but that change in difference
yeah,
will change how the PTFE tube meets the nozzle. So you have to redo all of that again.
I did.
Yeah. And you should trim off the end of the PTFE before you do it, because if you
I
don't,
did that too.
what happens is when the PTFE goes in and meets the nozzle, they melt a little bit together to create a seal. And if you take them apart, the shape of the PTFE is going to match the old
one.
nozzle.
Yeah.
So you'll have to trim it and redo it again hot to create that seal.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna
That's why I
sneak
go
out real
through a
quick.
mat. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to
Thanks,
drop
Kevin.
off any minute anyway. We're going to shut it down in a minute anyway because
Okay.
maybe
Well-
it would be a good idea if you want Justin to spin up yours.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Because,
I do have to like go though, so I
Well,
will
I
see
have
you
to
guys
go to bed.
later.
Have a good
Thanks
day,
for
Dan.
having me on. See you guys later.
Don't forget, I'll be on tomorrow night. So, anyone who's out there who's still hanging around, there's 10 of you still watching. Tomorrow evening at about 6:30 or so, I'll send out a notice tomorrow morning with the details. But about 6:30, I'm going to do a live unboxing of the Guido X40 IDEX machine. We'll do an unboxing setup and do a print.
Private chat for anyone here. And
Yeah, post me chat, and I will
I'm working
share
on I'm working on the YouTube. Bear with me
That's your
here.
StreamYard? That's your StreamYard, yeah?
That's my StreamYard. Here's the YouTube.
StreamYard for Justin's stream. He's about to start up. Or he just started up.
Yep. I'll go live here in a minute. And if no one joins, no big deal.
And I don't have your YouTube yet.
I put it in chat, main chat.
Oh, okay. I don't see it.
Give it a sec. Remember the delay.
Oh, you put it in YouTube chat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I won't see that here then. Okay.
You'll see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
30
here.
seconds.
Let me copy it. Hold on.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
And
No, not 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 tomorrow evening Eastern time, Chris. I'm in US East, so at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow, and I will set up an event for it, a YouTube event, where I'm going to do a live stream of the unboxing and setup of that machine. It arrived today, so I didn't schedule it because I didn't want to schedule it until I had the actual machine. And there's Justin's YouTube copy. Let me just paste Justin's YouTube if you don't want to join his StreamYard. That's his YouTube link. He's just spinning it up now. If you want to switch over, you can. Don't forget, thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding that bell, guys. And you'll get notified when I go live tomorrow. But I will be sending out a notice tomorrow anyway when I set up the event.
just a sec, Ron. All right, Ron's on my side, so I will see you guys on mine.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for watching this awesome thing become alive.
It's good. It looks great.
I know it does. First print.
Now, with all the time you put into this, we're expecting big things out of this.
So am I. See
How
you
long
guys
it
later.
took you? See you later.
A month.
I know you're on the other one. You should switch over.
Yeah, switch over, Matt, to the other one if you want.
All right, guys. I'm going to finish up here. Just let me come
Which
out.
other one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you in a
All right,
sec.
see you guys. Ciao.
Okay, let me change this over to me. Okay, if you're still on here, switch over to Justin's link. His YouTube and his StreamYard is there in chat. He's going live. I'm about to wind this up. Thank you all for coming to join my hangout this evening. Tomorrow evening at about 6:30, and I will send out a notification about this. I'm going to be doing a live unboxing of the Weedo X40 on my channel tomorrow evening. Live unboxing and setup. So please come join that and like, subscribe, ding that bell so you get notified about when I go live again. Thank you all. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay printing. Thank you, guys. Have a good evening. Be safe.